Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Friday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark General. We have navigated our way to first Friday in the month of May. What's going on, man? Good to talk to you.
Oh, boy, Beam. That's pretty exciting.
We did it. We did it. We made it.
Yep. Should be a fun one here. Nice little weekend. Shark, how juiced are you for Friday?
Oh, he's so pumped right now. He can't wait until we're back in here on Monday morning, 72 hours away from right now. If he could click button his way through the weekends, he would. He just loves to see us each and every day. Wouldn't you, Shark? I know that you're pumped about that.
No, Bean. No.
Shark, how many days do we have left?
Oh, boy.
Oh, Bob, give me a minute, all right?
The calculator. Shark, I figured you'd have this every Friday.
I never look at this until you ask me.
Shark, you've got to know.
You got to know. 434. 434 days.
4 divided by 7. 62 weeks left.
Oh, my gosh. We're almost within the year. We're so close to being within the year countdown, Shark.
Shark, you are 1 year and 10 weeks away.
Sharky, 10 Fridays from now.
Don't you go dying on me now. You've worked all these years to get to retirement.
10 Fridays from now, we're going to be within the year countdown.
Oh, 62 Fridays from now will be my last day.
I think that June of 2025, it's just going to be a total celebration of Shark.
Oh, 100% it will.
Really, I think there's all of next year inside of the year countdown. We're just going to celebrate you and your unheralded run as a Columbus radio legend, Shark.
Free donuts every morning for Shark.
Are you bringing them in?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering.
Shark, I already bring in Roosters Flappers every Tuesday.
Man, like for the last year and a half.
That's right.
Exactly. So I've been trying to entice you to stay.
Maybe if you change the flavor, Bob.
Oh,
okay.
Well, what do you want?
I take orders. You told me you like 10 medium flappers.
I do.
They have a new garlic parmesan that they just got out, little garlic parmesan.
Really?
Yeah, they just launched it.
I'm going to try that, Bob.
Okay. Would you like me to try it for you? You want to try it independently before you commit to all the wings?
You mean you're going to steal one of my wings?
Well, no, I can bring them in for you. Do you want me to change the flavor, or are you going to try them on your own before?
No, you surprise me.
All right, I'll get the garlic.
I'm excited now.
They have a mango habanero as well. Two new
we
flavors.
messed up. We should have done that 2 weeks before your retirement.
Really lured him in?
Yeah.
As if he couldn't go there and buy them on his own then?
Correct.
Shark,
we also need to talk to Nicole over at Roosters and ban Shark from every Roosters establishment in Central Ohio before retirement.
I could probably get that done.
Yeah. After you retire, Shark, you're no longer allowed to go walk into any Roosters. I think we should probably do that. How was your Thursday, man? All right?
It was good. It was busy, man. Super busy Thursday. I was running around as I looked at my schedule from yesterday. I had a meeting after this at 10. And we had to record some stuff, for today.
Yep.
Had another meeting at 1 that was like probably about 40 minutes away. Had to rush up there for that, kind of crank a little lunch in between. Woke up yesterday morning, got like a little bit of a workout, got a run and some stuff in before. Usually I'm at the Woody every day. This is the first week. I've only been there one day so far. So heading over today, pretty excited about that. Just had so much stuff going on. And then my wife had a little party for one of our friends last night, birthday. So that left me to kind of wrap up the kids' pickup at the end of the night. And then we had the mandatory 8th grade DC trip that you had to sit there and basically like make sure your kids weren't going to get in trouble, sign all the release forms, tell them not to bring drugs.
When are they going?
May 14th.
Oh, so a couple weeks away. All right. That'll be cool. That'll be a good time for them. Maybe Mayor's chaperoning that.
I don't know if she chaperones for Arlington, but yeah, I was talking to some of the teachers and things. It should be fun. They're really excited about it. It's crazy because they don't have the Holocaust Museum on the list.
Okay.
And I went and asked them why. And they're like, there's only been a couple years ago we tried to get tickets and we just haven't been able to. I was like, in light of recent events, I think that would be a very timely place to go.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, because when I went in December, I mean, we went in there. That's a pretty sobering place to go in.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And they open up the tickets. They opened up the tickets 6 months before, and you can only buy like 20 at a time on a credit card. And I get that, so I don't want people like buying them all up. But part of that is like for a tour group for kids, you think like, hey, you can reserve this and get 250 or however many people are going, just so that might provide a little education and insight as to what's going on. So yeah, it was a nice, busy little night. Talked to our guy AJ too. He's at the Oaks today, so that'll be exciting. Some tales from him, from the Derby and different things throughout the years. So pretty productive day. Got a lot going on today too, so pretty excited for this weekend.
Good, man. Glad you had a good Thursday. We had an awesome show lined up for you today. Talk about the NCAA NIL lawsuit coming up here in our next segment. Going to head down actually to Louisville, Churchill Downs. Going to check with Andie Biancone, FanDuel TV analyst and host. She's going to join the program coming up here at 6:35. Talk a little Derby with her. Austin Ward, of course, joins us at 7:35. And then you had a chance to talk with AJ. I was outside doing some stuff during the witching hour last night with young Billy the Kid. So you talked to AJ. I didn't. I'm very much looking forward to getting to hear what you guys chatted about.
Hang up and listen.
Yeah, around 8:35 here this morning. So fun Friday program lined up for you. But before we get into anything else today, it is Friday, the 3rd day of May, 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
You okay over there?
Yeah, these allergies. I mean, I've been pretty good all week. For some reason, I'm getting kicked with a little cough here. It is Friday, May 3rd, the 124th day of the year, 242nd day of the year. This date, 1802, Washington, D.C. is incorporated as a city, establishing its current mayor and council form of government.
City-state.
Yeah, basically. This date, 1921, West Virginia. They're the first state legislature to approve a broad-based sales tax. Wasn't implemented for a while because obviously had to work through logistically a lot of things. The first state about 100 years ago today that was able to implement that sales tax. In this state, 1936, New York Yankee Joe DiMaggio makes his MLB debut with a 3-hit performance. How about that?
Joltin' Joe.
And the day blue. In 1937, Margaret Mitchell's novel Gone with the Wind wins a Pulitzer Prize for fiction. One of the fine books that they made a movie out of, Beam.
Rather famous, too.
Absolutely. Gil McDougall sets an MLB RBI record for one inning in 1951. Shark, you care to throw out how many RBIs?
He had... Wait, so he set the record. I don't imagine the record still is around.
One inning.
I know, but there was once a man who hit 2 grand slams in one inning.
That's 8.
For 8 RBIs.
It was 6. So,
I was going to say, I didn't think he had that.
Who hit 2 grand slams in an inning?
It was... who's the junior on the Padres?
Francis Tatis?
Fernando Tatis.
Tatis.
Senior.
His dad did?
His dad did.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's, it was 6. Now, I was like, gosh, how are you going to top 6? I mean, you're probably only getting 2 at bats, so 8's the max. This day, 1952, the first televised national running of the Kentucky Derby on CBS.
But Hillgale is going to make it. Here comes the finish. Hillgale by 2. Subfleet is second. Pintor is third. And Hillgale had a very near call, even though perhaps you looking at it on the television cameras will see him win by that big margin of 2 lengths.
Why did CBS hire a bloody Brit to call our Kentucky Derby?
Sport of Kings, Shark, and we didn't have a king.
They got the Royal Ascot over there, Shark.
Exactly.
I think they're the founders of that
First,
thing.
I thought that was Regis Philbin.
Oh,
my gosh. Look at that.
I liked how you could hear like the horses trotting in the background, too.
Yeah.
It was nice.
This day, 1957, Walter O'Malley agrees to move the Dodgers to Los Angeles, Shark. I know you're pretty excited about that.
Snake.
And then on this day, 1979, the father of the greatest baseball player of all time hit his own 300th home run.
Bobby?
How about that? Mr. Bobby Bonds.
Nice.
Shark knew exactly who I was talking about.
Yeah, what team was he playing for when he hit that, Bob?
I said the Giants. Shark corrected me yesterday. Do you know, Beam?
Say it. Go ahead and say it.
Guardians?
Indians.
Yeah, they didn't have the Guardians back then.
That's right. Yeah,
they were
you're
still
correct.
the Tribe. Some music news. Against the Wind by Bob Seger hits #1 for 6 weeks in 1980. What a banger that would be to listen to. Addicted to Love, Fantastic by Robert Palmer hits #1 in 1986. out of the classic movie Cocktail.
I'd
How
also
about
like
that?
to listen to that.
And then the first album I ever bought, Offspring Smash, is certified platinum for the 6th time back in
Nice.
2000. Came out, I think, in 93 or 94. But yeah, first CD I ever bought, Beam. I got my CD player. Some birthdays, Bing Crosby, born on this date, 1903. Sugar Ray Robinson, waterweight, middleweight. Some call the best pound-for-pound boxer of all time, born on this date, 1921. The Godfather of Soul, James Brown. I feel good. 1933. And then Frankie Valli, born in 1934.
Still around?
Long may he reign, 90 years old today, Shark.
Good for old Frank.
Yeah, Fearless,
Frank the Tank.
Yeah, Fearless Frankie's not going anywhere. Ron Popeil, founder of Ronco Co., the Ronco Food Dehydrator. You remember that, Shark? They used to have all those infomercials with him all the
I
time.
think my dad had one of those. Like, he'd make like beef jerky out of
Oh,
them,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
They had the Juice Tiger, too, some different
The
things.
Juice Tiger.
Yeah, he passed away 3 years ago, unfortunately. And then Greg Gumbel, Beam. Care to take a guess at how old Greg Gumbel is?
Like 75.
78.
Wow.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel from above Victory Lane at Daytona International Speedway.
Greg Gumbel, Dan Marino, Shannon Sharp, Boomer Esiason, the NFL Today.
Welcome back, everyone, as we continue live here on the NFL Today. Hi, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. Happy Thanksgiving Day to you and yours from all of us. For all the marbles, Super Bowl 38, the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. Welcome to Houston. Welcome to the Super Bowl. Welcome once again to our studios in New York. Greg Gumbel along with Mike Ditka, Joe Gibbs, and Chris Collinsworth. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first day of competition at the Centennial Olympic Games. I'm Greg Gumbel. Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to our New York studios and to the NCAA Basketball Championship Selection Show.
Greg Gumbel, although notorious for the NFL, obviously, I think of Greg Gumbel more Selection Sunday.
He's done it all. He's doing NASCAR, for heaven's sake.
The Terriers of Wofford come in at the 15th seed out of the Mid-East Conference.
He's
Wherever
tremendous.
I don't know where the Wofford Terriers play, but you get my point.
The Antelopes of Grand Canyon.
Yes, the Anteaters.
No. It's the Anteaters of Grand
Aardvarks?
Canyon. Yeah. Aardvark.
turning 73, the master of Yacht Rock, Shark, Christopher Cross, Sail Away. Jeff Hornacek turning 61, longtime Jazz guard. And the greatest Cleveland Cavalier coach of all time, not Mike Fratelli,
David Blatt.
not David Blatt, but Tyronn Lue, turning 47 years young today. How about that? Brooksy Koepka, turning 34,
Your guy.
five-time major winner. Dwayne Haskins also was born on this date in 1997.
Third down and 13 at the 47. Haskins delivers. And what a catch and what a throw. Austin Mack somehow held on. But Haskins put that ball between two defenders.
It was a heck of a play. Came in for the injured J.T. Barrett in that 2017 Michigan game.
Yeah.
Third 13, delivered a strike on a dig to Austin Mack. What a great ball.
And at that time, you started to think, like, boy, next year with him is going to be pretty good.
It's fearless.
Yeah.
Fearless throw. Excited for that. And then this date, 2006, lost Earl Woods, the father of Tiger. Some holidays and observances. It's Garden Meditation Day, International Space Day, the Oaks. Friday before the Kentucky Derby is run. That's where AJ is. National Chocolate Custard Day. Public Radio Day.
All right.
Raspberry Pop Over Day. How about that? National Textile Day. National 2 different colored shoes days, which I think Shark does some days when he doesn't pass his balance test.
I think William does that, too.
The first Friday in May, always no pants day. How about that? A little
Perfect.
pants off, dance off. Paranormal day. School lunch day, Sunday. What's up?
Sharky just took his pants
Just
off.
took my pants
Yeah,
down, Bob.
Absolutely. And World.
Nobody's here but the three of us.
Well, you got
And
the
those sweet cameras.
And the World Press Freedom Day and the YouTube. Yeah. Those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, Friday, May 3rd, the 124th day of the year, 242 days remaining in this 2024.
Very well done on that, General. As always, the NCAA, they're paying a whole heck of a lot of money to settle the big NIL lawsuit. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan Traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A happy Friday morning to you. Right now, if you're heading out, no major crashes to let you know about. We're seeing busy traffic on I-71 coming into downtown Columbus, also on 33 westbound on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors, voted by Columbus homeowners as the leading and most trusted window brand. Find out why at PellaColumbus.com or at their brand new Polaris showroom.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Attention all shoppers, get ready for unbelievable savings at Midwest Vapors. Our shelves are packed with incredible deals and our clearance section is overflowing. From premium cigars to disposables, Midwest Vapors has slashed prices across the board. Don't miss out. Swing by Midwest Vapors today and stock up on your favorites at an incredible price. Midwest Vapors, where quality meets affordability. Visit Midwest Vapors today at 2344 Stringtown Road in Grove City or online at MidwestVaporsOhio.com.
There's a little slice of heaven in a mountain town escape. A pace of life that's less hurried, more authentic, where people greet you with a smile and experiences feel down to earth, yet elevated. From Appalachian art to wineries and craft breweries, live music to a lively spirit. This is West Virginia. We call it Almost Heaven. Plan your getaway now at wvtourism.com.
You know that thing you've always been too scared to go for? It seems like you'll never have the guts. Then a cancer diagnosis. And doing that thing becomes way less scary. I would know. I've always wanted a black belt. And today, the only thing standing in my way is a few wooden boards. It's been a lot of hard work and 5 years since I beat cancer at Ohio Health. Bring it on. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest the Your Cabana side. Slade hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Self-care alert, new Tropic Bowls are here. Try one of our 4 flavors like our new acai bowl. Your vacay is a Tropic Bowl away.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are dry for now, but showers roll in this afternoon. Most of those arrive after lunchtime, and they'll be spotty through the evening hours. Temperatures today on the rise. Back in the 60s this morning with highs this afternoon in the upper 70s. And meteorologist Madison Reich with your Top 10 forecast on the Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Beamer and Shark love baseball. Bobby wants to murder Rob Manfred with his bare hands. See? A little something for everyone. This is Morning Juice.
Here's the log here. Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. NCAA, we talked about earlier this week how they were staring dead in the eyeball. A $4+ billion lawsuit. And then we started to talk about the possible fixing of the lawsuit and what that would mean and how they were going to have to settle it at some point. Now, it does look like this is going to be settled, Bob, but the amount of money is actually still pretty eye-popping.
Curious where they have all these dollars stored up.
I don't know. Fort Knox?
If they had this much money, that's a bigger problem to me.
The NCAA's national office might be footing the bill for a settlement expected to be more than $2.7 billion in the landmark House v. NCAA lawsuit and other related antitrust cases in hopes of reshaping and stabilizing the college sports industry. This came down yesterday. Sources told ESPN this week that parties have proposed the NCAA's national office, rather than its individual members, schools, or conferences, would pay for the settlement of past damages over a period of 10 years. So this is a 10-year period. The NCAA payments will be paid to former college athletes who say they were illegally prevented from making money by selling the rights to their name, image, and likeness. The settlement would come with a corresponding commitment from the conferences and schools to share revenue with athletes moving forward. So that is the big piece of news.
The settlement that everybody wanted.
The two biggest pieces of news as I was reading through this when it came down yesterday is that the NCAA is on the hook for $2.7 billion, and also the big, bargaining chip, the negotiating chip at the middle of the table, and this settlement was the fact from the commitment from the conferences and the schools to share revenue directly with the athletes moving forward.
Yeah.
Like that's the big news coming out of this.
And because that's going to impact the structure of everything and how these agreements are going to be shaped with the players. Like they're going to have to figure out how this is going to ultimately work. And I'm curious to see how they're going to structure this within Title IX and everything else and how that's going to work and be put together. But this is a big step forward. And it's amazing that it took this long to get here and this much heartache and the fact that one conference had to dissolve and everything else just to get to this point. And Gene Smith talked about this years ago, that this was there. And there was so much resistance, back in 2018, 2019. And
guys, you might want to get ahead of this.
Yep. And no, we can fight them off in court. False. You've been just bludgeoned in court.
You've been just putting it off, and the cost has gone up.
Yes. And
you've been paying for legal fees that entire time.
Oh, of course. And so now you're going to be paying, would you say
$2.7 billion over the course of 10 years. I mean, that's $270 million a year you're going to have to come up with. I think the Bobby Bonilla contract was good. That one's pretty solid.
It's a pretty big number that they're going to have to put out there. So not insignificant by any stretch. But the bigger thing, like you said, Beam, is the fact that now moving forward. So I wonder when does that go into effect? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So this settlement
they haven't settled yet.
Signed off on it
yet.
They
haven't signed off. It hasn't become official. It is the proposal, and it seems like this is close to getting through. It's close to getting done. It's not officially done yet. I'm sure when that does actually settle and it does become official that we will obviously find out. But it seems like they are closer together on the bargaining table than they are farther away.
Yeah, I think that's something, especially the moving forward of where things are. That's what I think people are most interested in is, okay, I know that we'll figure out the dollar amount of money prior, but what is going to be the new paradigm that we're living in?
Totally.
From here on out. And that's one that everybody I think everybody agrees now that that's the reality of where we're at.
So the lead counsel for the plaintiffs, so the House side of this lawsuit, not the NCAA side, I thought he had a great line in this. He's Steve Berman, co-lead counsel for the plaintiffs.
Steve, is that what he did when he retired from ESPN?
Yeah,
well, it's Chris Berman.
Chris Berman. What? Co-lead counsel for the plaintiffs told ESPN that he believes the House case is, quote, the difference maker, and I also believe that.
The difference? See the difference in your game, Schleiks?
He could be. After more than a decade of legal battles chipping away at the NCAA rule, Berman declined to comment on the specifics of the ongoing settlement talks, but also said the plaintiff's leverage is growing as the case moves closer to trial.
Of course.
Our leverage, this is his quote, our leverage is a big cannonball rolling down a hill and picking up speed. The longer they wait, the more they're going to have to pay. It's that simple. That's a great point. Great point out of him.
The thing is, when the trend is your friend when it's trending in your direction.
Yep.
And everything is moving in the right direction for the players. They've beaten the court twice in unanimous decisions.
They're about to go up 3-0, too.
Supreme Court. They've got the same judge, federal judge working on this case who handled the Alston case and the O'Bannon case. So they got smoked in those by her ruling. So and the public's sentiment is behind this as well.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, is that everybody looks and realizes, gosh, you're making $90 million off a TV deal. And players, like, what's the player's share of this? So everybody's kind of been warmed to the idea now through NIL and everything else that's happening, and rightfully so.
And I was reading this ESPN piece. One industry source told ESPN concerning looming issues that need to be resolved before settling, said, I'm very concerned about the fact that a settlement's not really a settlement. It doesn't have enough protections. If it were an all-encompassing settlement with a congressional approval, I would feel a lot better. So my guess is this goes to Congress.
Congressional approval. This is a settlement in court.
Yeah.
Why does Congress have to sign off on this?
They have to sign off on everything, right?
They don't have to sign off on crap. This is not like any other settlement Congress doesn't sign off on.
So I understand it from their perspective that there needs to be a larger rule at place to kind of make sure that the NCAA doesn't go back to their ways. That's what I kind of took that from.
I thought it meant that with this, there needs to be some restrictions and some other constraints and a broader framework, which I agree with, as far as the transfer portal and how everything's ultimately going to work. I think that's more of what I'm implying from that, as opposed to the NCAA like sliding back and not paying players. Once you start doing that, like the genie's out of the bottle, you're not putting it back in.
Going to head down to Louisville. We'll check in with FanDuel analyst Andie Biancone. Talk some Derby with her next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no major problems across your central Ohio interstates that we're watching. If you're heading out on I-71, we're seeing busy traffic coming into downtown Columbus. Same situation on 33 as you approach 270 on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Take 5 Car Wash, the only express car wash powered by Armor All professional products like Ceramic Shield and Tire Shine to give your ride a clean that shines. Don't forget to treat your interior to complimentary vacuums and the free Pro 5 Detail Center. Stop by Take 5 Car Wash and leave dirt behind.
At the end of every season, a coach evaluates his team. Just like at the end of winter, you should have your roof evaluated. Hi, I'm Bob McElligott for Schottenstein Roofing. Call the expert team at Schottenstein Roofing at 614-321-8888 or go to schottensteinroofing.com to get a free inspection of your roof. And if you need work done on it, don't forget, Schottenstein Roofing has unbeatable value and all of their work is backed for life. That in addition to interest-free financing options. Schottenstein Roofing, a proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I always have the greenest lawn in the neighborhood, and I swear by two things, people: water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Weed Man is locally owned and operated by Corbin and Audrey. They will make sure your lawn is weed-free and looking gorgeous. Of course, they get rid of weeds, but they also do aeration, mosquito control, grub control, crabgrass prevention, and flea and tick control for your four-legged friends. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Bishop and Friends.
He doesn't have to make that many hard throws because of the amount of talent. So this is the most inexact science there is, quarterbacks and drafting them.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice here in the area for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone. And I'm excited to tell you today about the opening of our second location here in Columbus. For me, having been raised here, it's like being back home. The response we've gotten from men here in Columbus has been incredible, and I want to thank so many of you for trusting us in addressing your ED and low T issues. Our goal is always to put patients first, and our highly skilled medical professionals are totally focused on men's sexual health. So if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction, call us. We have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, you'll get your sex life back. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. Make your appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sportsbook bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's the land of the free and the home of student drivers ready to back into your new fence at any given time. It's firing up a round of burgers and dogs on your rusty grill with a faulty gas line that engulfs your tool shed in flames. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Right now, we're going to head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline and check in with FanDuel analyst live from the Kentucky Derby. Well, it's not Derby Day yet. We got Oaks Day today. It is a Friday. She is Andie Biancone. Andie, thanks so much for the time. Kind of set the scene for us. I mean, I know it's early at 6:30 on a Friday, but it's not your first Kentucky Derby. What should we be expecting this weekend? It's a bucket list item for all three of us here in Columbus.
Just brace for impact, because you basically have the best of racing, not just on Saturday, but the days leading up to Derby. Tomorrow's card on Oaks Day is absolutely stacked. For the first time in several years, you're going to have full FanDuel TV coverage. We're going to have everybody, the best of our team, all out there, and it's just a very exciting time.
So we haven't been down there personally, Andie. What's it like? I mean, I know that it's crazy and it's got to be at a fever pitch, you know, when they're heading to the paddock and the horses come out on the track and everybody's going to the starting gates during the Derby. But it's, you know, for someone who hasn't been there before, like us, or people here in Columbus who haven't been, I mean, what is that day like? Because I would imagine that it's a pretty awesome day on the sports calendar for you, who does this all the time.
Oh, yeah. Even as somebody who does this all the time, it never gets any less exciting. The energy is just electric on the days leading up to the Derby and on Derby Day, obviously. But you're seeing, there's this buildup with the point system that horses have to acquire points to get into this race. You often, you have picks and selections going up to the Derby. But then again, these are 3-year-old horses, and they change every single day. And you really want to see the horse who's peaking on Derby Day. And it's just amazing. You've got a full card of racing. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm running on fumes, but I can't wait.
That's tremendous. So as we look at the odds of some of the different horses and everything down there, and who to bet on, and obviously you see Fierceness sitting there at 2.5. You've got Sierra Leone at 3-1. Are those odds at this point? I mean, does it impact as far as the weather, the track? Because it looks like it might be a little wet down there on Saturday.
Yeah, of course, you got to look into every detail. Having a wet track is going to be an advantage for some horses over the other. I often look at pedigrees or horses who have experience running over a wet track, etc. But at the same time, it's just anything can happen. I think I've got a couple horses who were kind of immediate tosses for me just based on how they've been physically throughout the week. And also post position wise, that kind of made a big factor for me. And I've got a couple horses who are like stand out and who I really like.
So we get the Derby on Saturday afternoon as we check in with FanDuel analyst and host Andie Biancone with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. And it's pretty awesome too, Andy, because I know that FanDuel are the only sportsbook that is you're able to bet on anything, right? Like we've been talking about the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, all kinds of good things across the world of sports. But they're only sportsbook app that allows you to go in there and wager on horse racing. And it's cool. I kind of messed around with it a little bit the other day. I mean, you're able to do an exacta, trifecta. You're able to box it, do the superfecta. I mean, really like boost your odds on that. And I don't know. I don't know about you, kind of what you like to do and what your strategy is for the Kentucky Derby. I'm a trifecta box guy. I like to pick 3 of them and just kind of roll with 3, and I like to box them all together.
I'm the same way. I either like to go across the board wagering, even if you find a horse for a big price and you put $10 across the board on them, $30 wager, they're 20-1, you hit the board, you're making a lot of money. And but box always is a good idea. It's kind of like your insurance. But yeah, FanDuel, the only sportsbook app where you can bet the Kentucky Derby along with all your other sports. So it's very convenient. And we're also offering customers a $20 no-sweat win bet. So you basically have nothing to lose. You make a $20 bet, and if it doesn't work out, that goes to a credit in your account.
Any of the long shots out there that you potentially like that you may want to slide into that box to see, boost those odds a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I really like Just Steel, the Wayne Lucas horse. I actually made him my top pick because he's just a tenacious horse, right? He has danced every dance from the beginning of last summer to now. He's run in the Grade 1 Hopeful at Saratoga, the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland, and I know his record can be a little bit spotty, but I do think he is coming into his best form right now. He's bred top and bottom, so top and bottom is like the mother and father, to get this distance. He ran second behind Muth last time out by 2 lengths, who would be the favorite in this Derby if there wasn't all that drama going on with Baffert and the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission. 2 back in the Rebel, back at Oaklawn, the horse went 5 wide into the first turn, was fighting the rider all the way around. Keith Asmussen got on him last time in the Arkansas Derby and just got on with him really well. So I think that is key because he's not the easiest horse to ride, but the horse has tactical speed. And like I said, he's just tenacious. He seems to always put his best foot forward, and that is something that a lot of horses, it's kind of a test in the Derby because you've got a lot of lightly raced horses in there this year.
Andy, it's fascinating because not only, do you host for FanDuel TV and are you an analyst for them, but you also train horses. Can you explain to Bob and I, like we're 5 years old, like some of the advantages, disadvantages to starting on the outside, starting on the inside compared to like starting in the middle, and why that's just such a big deal in the racing community as the general public as we're trying to figure that out on the fly?
Oh, absolutely. So a lot of it has to do with a horse's individual personality as well. Like some horses prefer to be inside of other horses because it kind of helps keep them engaged. So like when horses are, generally, if they're running with each other, they're training in the morning, if they get horses close to them, they want to race. Like, they get keen. So some horses thrive with outside pressure, but some horses are also very intimidated by having too many horses on the outside. So a horse, Fierceness, for example, our 5-2 morning line favorite, he is a horse who likes to be outside. He has a little bit of speed, so he's able, it's not so much of a problem for him to get out and get to the left, because you also don't want to be extremely wide going into the first turn, right? Like, if you have no speed to get out of the gate and you can't drop back, like, you will get caught 8 wide going into the first turn, and that is just the last thing you want to happen, because obviously you lose a ton of ground. But Fierceness, he's beneficial for him to be outside because he likes to be the dominating one. He likes to be outside of horses and pick and choose his spot, and he's got the speed to manage being so far outside. Now, if he was inside, the horse doesn't like other horses dominating him. He doesn't like it when horses are on his outside, coming into his path. So that's why for a horse like him, it's beneficial to be on the outside. Now, Sierra Leone, I think, is at an advantage from his spot as well, being in the 2 path. I watched the horse at the Bluegrass. He took a ton of dirt in his face that day. He did not care one bit. That is a horse who is a little bit lazy, so it actually kind of helped. Yeah, no, seriously, like, he's not that he's lazy, but he doesn't do more than he has to, which is kind of what makes him a smart horse. And he doesn't mind being in traffic and taking dirt in the face. And with that inside post, there's going to be horses gunning it from the outside, and he'll hopefully just be able to stay close to the rail, and Tyler can, kind of work out a trip from the back. But horse like Dornoff, 20-1 on the inside, the 1 hole, that is very difficult. Dornoff, to me, strikes me as a very immature horse, physically and mentally. He is still kind of putting things together. So he doesn't really have a choice but to be fast from the rail to escape the pressure of 19 horses to his outside. However, he's genuinely not that fast. Like, there's a lot of other faster horses. I know he does a lot of his running on the front end, but he's just not a fast horse, like just a touch per se, or even Track Phantom. He's just not that fast. So I think he's going to end up kind of getting cut off, and he's very immature, and I don't think he's going to like all those horses around him and to his outside.
Andie, field size, how does that impact the race, and kind of where does this come in?
Hugely. I feel like something the wagering public doesn't understand enough is like how big a deal it is to have a bunch of 3-year-old horses in a 20-horse field. Like, it is a 10-horse field is big. Imagine doubling that. All these horses max have been in a 12-horse field. So now you have double that, essentially. And the Kentucky Derby is like the dang Hunger Games. Like, the gates open. Yeah. And it is, people are always like, oh, if there's going to be a fast pace. What do you mean? Of course there's going to be a fast pace. It's the Kentucky freaking Derby. Like, they are gunning it. And, you need a horse who mentally can handle everything that's going on top of the crowd pressure. Horses are sensitive animals. They feel the energy, and really, truly talented, good horses thrive on that. They love to dominate the field. They love the crowd. They know their stars. And this is, these are the 20 best 3-year-olds in the country. So it's just, it's a big ask, but it's always just very exciting to see who comes out on top.
It's like a scene on a Gladiator. Win the crowd, win your freedom. Andie, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks for waking up with us here this morning. Have an awesome day at the Oaks, and enjoy the Derby tomorrow, and we'll check in again soon, okay?
Oh, thank you so much for having me, guys.
FanDuel analyst, host Andie Biancone with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. The 76ers owners did something to spare their team from embarrassment in the playoffs, and it didn't work. We'll do that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no major crashes for your Friday morning that we are tracking, but we are seeing busy traffic on I-71 in downtown Columbus and on the southeast side on 33. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Bobby Carpenter here for Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone and hormone replacement therapy game. And weight loss too, that's right. Affinity offers semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to their testosterone treatments, so you can lose weight and build muscle. They customize a plan directly for you. They added peptides to my TRT. They've added semaglutide with my friend's testosterone, and the results are amazing. They're pumped about summertime and pool season, so check them out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here, and the hoops action is heating up, and Tipico Sportsbook is the best place to bet on the playoff action. Enjoy the most rewarding sportsbook with the hottest promos. Bet on select games. Earn a bet credit for each three-pointer made. Continue to rack up the rewards with the highest cash back in the industry with up to 5% cash back on your bets. Sign up now. Enter the promo code TheFan100 to get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $25. Download the Tipico Sportsbook app today. That's promo code TheFan100. Must be 21 or older, physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick.
Saturday, we'll chat with Memorial Tournament honoree, World Golf Hall of Famer Julie Inkster, plus some tech talk with Rod Cook from Titleist.
Tee to Green with Skip Mosick, presented by X-Golf, Saturday mornings at 9 on The Fan.
Attention HVAC contractors. For nearly a century, R.E. Michaels' contractor-first approach has built trust and true partnerships with contractors across the country. Now their exclusive brand, AirTemp, is available to you and delivers homeowners the best value in home comfort. AirTemp equipment is manufactured to the highest standards and is known for quality, reliability, and value. Come visit your local R.E. Michael branch today or visit remichael.com to learn more.
I'm Kelly Burris, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. For over 3 decades, Cordell & Cordell has been on the front lines of family law. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Columbus area attorneys. 10 West Broad Street, Suite 1550, Columbus, Ohio, 43215. CordellCordell.com.
The Home Depot wants every mom to have their own outdoor oasis this Mother's Day, so give her the gift of the perfect outdoor space with some new patio and deck furniture, like the Stylewell Park Point 4-piece patio set, a stylish and comfortable place to entertain when she wants to, or relax when she needs to get away. And with convenient delivery, you won't have to stress over getting it to her either. Shop outdoor furniture like the Stylewell Park Point 4-piece patio set right now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Because comfort keeps us going. So grab your family, your friends, and your Wrangler layers for some fresh air adventures together. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are cloudy with showers moving in later today. Some of those get started, especially for areas to the northwest, as early as 10 o'clock this morning. Everyone else, we see that rain move in this afternoon. Temperatures right now sitting in the 60s. Highs today, much more comfortable than yesterday, sitting in the upper 70s. Columbus, you're going to top out right at 79 degrees. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Dopplerton forecast on The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We are the Juice, brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Healthy, leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Poor Joe.
Yeah, poor drunk guy named Joe at the gas station.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Schottenstein Roofing. For top quality and a price match guarantee, visit SchottensteinRoofing.com.
Oh, Sharky.
Oh, Beamsy.
Made it to Friday, your least favorite day of the week. What do you got for us?
TGIF. 76ers center Joel Embiid was angry and disappointed when so many Knicks fans showed up in Philadelphia for Game 4. Joel was very vocal about it.
So Joel
was very vocal about that. Doesn't even sound right. Vocal about it. So ownership did him a solid for Game 6 last night in Philly. Seems a lot of Sixers season ticket holders sold their playoff tickets to New York fans. So the team owners bought more than 2,000 tickets on the secondary market and passed them out to Sixers fans walking downtown. It didn't keep Knicks fans from getting through anyway, Beam. I watched last night's game. And
how do you pass out digital tickets?
That's a great question.
I don't know. That is a good question.
Because if you're telling me that they gave out paper tickets, but yet somehow we can't have paper tickets in youth, like middle school sports and high school sports in the state of Ohio, I'm going to lose my mind.
Bob, you're digressing me.
Sorry, Schultz.
That's not the story here. I watched last night's game in Philadelphia.
It was close.
And every time the Knicks scored, there was a roar. It was like, man, did they really sell those, give those 2,000 tickets, Beamer, to Philly fans?
Well, it wasn't like it was, 10,000 tickets that they gave away. So Knicks fans on the open market decided, you know what? We're going to go in here, going to storm the keep, going to go into Philadelphia and watch our team go wild. I mean, the story of this playoffs is one, for the 76ers perspective, like, what are you going to do with Joel Embiid, right? I think that's the biggest story for them. And the second one is that Jalen Brunson's just on an all-time heater right now. Last night, he 41 points for him, 12 assists, 3 rebounds. He's their guy. I mean, they're going to channel him, and they're going to go dancing into the second round, and we'll ultimately see what happens in their second-round matchup. But that is a crazy situation that, I would consider Philadelphia to be a really good sports town. They love their own, right? And they hate everybody else. And that's okay. It's good. I respect them for that. But for them not to be there for their team and let New York take over, that's a pretty wild situation.
It is. I mean, I know the proximity is close, and it's, people from Jersey, living south, move south there by Philly. It's like I drove from New York to Philadelphia for the Army-Navy game for Roth. I was there in less than 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a short drive, but it's wild the fact that you wouldn't support your team. Like, they've been playing good. They played them tough last night. I'm not saying that more fan support would have made a difference, but
might have.
You lose a game like 3 that's back and forth like that, you got a shot to be able to get it done. And if you win, then you're going to a game 7 where anything can happen. So I understand Joel's his issues with everything, but they got to do something in Philly because that team, the construction of it is not sustainable.
They say that sometimes the best trades are the ones you don't make. There were rumors that the 49ers were considering trading either Deebo Samuel or Brandon Ayuk this offseason. It hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't look like it will. GM John Lynch appeared on the Pat McAfee show yesterday and said the Niners were no longer interested in moving either player. Now, San Fran did draft a pair of receivers last week, Bobby, in the 1st and 4th rounds, but it sounds like they're going to keep Ayuk and Deebo for another Super Bowl run.
Well, they're geared up. I mean, they've been close, and they feel like they've got their quarterback situation now situated and feeling good. You have brought in Ricky Pearsall, who's a very talented player. You've got your defense that's been good. You've got your offense that's been good. You've got all your weapons. You've got depth now in case there's some injuries. They want to win one. They've been close. They've knocked about as much as anybody over the last 7-8 years. They want to get it done, and so I understand where they quote, just like the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones beam, might be going all in.
And I think this is
this
not
a real all in?
Yeah, not that they haven't been all in for the last couple of years. I mean, they've done really good things on rookie contracts. And you're starting to get to San Francisco 49ers 2.0 now. Like, I think this may be the final year of San Francisco 49ers, like 1.0. I know it's been a few years since they got to their first Super Bowl and then ultimately lost the Chiefs. And they're not like last year. They were close. And getting it done as well. Got through the Lions in the NFC Championship game, popped their head out. But you have to start looking at like contracts and situations that's going on. Brock Purdy's going to be up for a contract negotiation. They love him out in San Fran. So then all of a sudden, boom, that's going to eat up a lot of salary cap. You're already thinking about trading either Deebo Samuels or Brandon Ayuk this year. That will only grow into the next year. So I think while the Cowboys say that they're going all in, not really. I think that's more all in for getting ready to throw Dak and Big Mike under the bus down in Big D, bringing in Bill Belichick next year. I think this is the real all in from the San Francisco 49ers, because if it doesn't happen this year, I think it'll be a much different roster the way that it's constructed for next season.
My favorite name in sports is Jim Bob Cooter.
Yep, mine too.
Not James Robert Cooter.
Mine is Joel Embiid.
Jim Bob is the Indianapolis Colts offensive coordinator and the man who hopes to oversee Anthony Richardson's success as a rookie quarterback. Last season, Richardson lasted just 4 games before missing the rest of the season with a shoulder injury. Richardson likes to run, and Jim Bob Cooter won't limit his running. But Beamer, Jim Bob Cooter says he has to protect himself better because NFL defenders are faster than what Richardson faced in college.
Well, they are, and it was unfortunate that Anthony Richardson went down last year with that injury because, I mean, if you remember at the beginning of the year, Bob, he made some plays where you're like, okay, I mean, you're a rookie quarterback in the NFL, and then he made some plays like, boy, you can play a long time in this league. So I think there was more to want to be tasted in Indianapolis last year. Hopefully for him, they're going to get a full year of him. There's going to be no injury concerns. But again, it goes back to the point, like, if you are a quarterback who uses your legs quite frequently, then that ability for you to get injured probably goes a little bit more, and I think that's what we saw last year.
They need to bring in Arnold to be his quarterback coach. Get down! So he's not taking all those shots. Yeah. That's the problem. Everybody's faster in the NFL. They're bigger. They can run.
Stronger.
You can't circle the defense the same way you could. He showed some ability. He showed some potential. Yeah. We'll see what this growth looks like in the second year because he's going to have to take some jumps if they're going to want to be successful.
And a division that was really bad a couple of years ago is now really good. And you got CJ down there. Yep. You have Trevor Lawrence, obviously, with the Jags. You have the Texans, who have just rebuilt. We'll talk about them coming up in our next segment. And then you have the Tennessee Titans now with Brian Callahan at the helm, who are kind of going through a little bit of a finding our identity after leaving off of Mike Vrabel. So, I mean, that division that was weak a few years ago is going to be really good this year. And they were basically a play away from making the playoffs, too, last year. So, I mean, they got things going over in Indy. Speaking of one of the teams inside of their division, the Houston Texans, they love themselves some Buckeyes. We'll do that in the re-rack next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, no crashes that we are currently watching for your Friday commute. Starting to see traffic pick up on I-70 coming in from the west side this morning. Also on I-71 near Polaris. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic sponsored by Custom Air. This is the time of year when you can get sunburn and frostbite in the same week. Don't let your house feel the same. Be prepared. Schedule an appointment today at customaircolumbus.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
Are your feet stopping you from being active and making it difficult to get healthier? Trade in your bad feet and start the new year with good feet and get healthy in 2024. Wouldn't it be nice to work, walk, and play pain-free again?
I just wanted to give a shout out to all the moms out there. Being a teenager can be tough, but I can't imagine how hard it must be to be a mom. You're always juggling a million things at once and you never get a break. That's why I think all the moms out there deserve a day of pampering at Kenneth's Salon and Day Spa. They work so hard and never ask for anything in return.
Celebrate your mom with a gift card from Kenneth's. For every $100 spent on gift cards, you'll get another $10 bonus card redeemable in June, July, or August. Get yours at kenneths.com or visit any Kenneth's location.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spending the money to replace our home's windows is rarely something we get excited about. We usually do it because our energy bills suck or our current windows, well, they're too messed up. But in working with the local Pella Columbus team, my eyes have been opened. New windows can legitimately change the entire look of your home. They've got windows in colors and styles like I've never seen, and they can change everything. So go see my friends at PellaColumbus.com or check them out at their brand new Polaris showroom.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Get a complimentary second opinion to see if your portfolio is properly designed to achieve your goals before it's too late. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Evan Cohen here from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for True Green. Are you ready to elevate your lawn game without breaking the bank? True Green has been the trusted choice for over 2 million homeowners for over 50 years. Visit TrueGreen.com and discover the easiest and affordable way to achieve a pro-level lawn guaranteed. Plus, enjoy True Green's verified price matching, ensuring you get the best lawn for the best price. Visit TrueGreen.com and transform your lawn effortlessly. That's TrueGreen.com. Your dream lawn is just around the corner.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Bart the Shark. The Guardians led in Houston 2-1 in the sixth inning, but the Astros got a gift triple on a ball that hit off the glove of Cleveland center fielder Gabriel Arias. 1 out later, John Singleton homered to give the Stros a 1-run lead, and they scored 5 more in the seventh to crush the Guards 8-2. The Reds had the night off. They open a home series tonight against Baltimore. In the NBA, the Pacers have their first playoff series victory in a decade. Indiana whipped Milwaukee 120-98 to beat the Bucks 4-2. And Jalen Brunson scored 41 points as the Knicks got by the Sixers 118-115 to win 4-2. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, Toronto edged the Bruins 2-1. They'll play a Game 7 in Boston. This Sports Center is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, give Mark Levy a call at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
Beamer is tweeting about Formula One.
Oh, hells yes.
Bobby is tweeting Rick Springfield concert video. Both are a cry for help.
This is one twisted mother.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 2 of the program for us on a Friday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark coming up here at 7:35 this morning. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. And at 8:35, you get a chance to talk to AJ last night.
Yeah.
He's heading down to the Oaks today. You texted me at like 6 o'clock last night. I'm like, dude, that's witching hour. I wasn't even looking at my phone. We were doing dinner, then we were doing some outside playtime to stave off the witchiness from young William. So that was pretty good. I missed it. I was upset. I was upset that I missed it last night.
You'll get to hear it today. It'll be fun.
Which I'm excited about.
8:30. It's going to be a banger. It was pretty good. A lot of horse talk.
Oh.
Oaks talk.
I love that. That's something he does every day. So AJ coming up here around 8:35. Again, Austin coming up at 7:35.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
NBA playoffs last night. 76ers dead. Milwaukee Bucks dead.
Thought the Sixers were going to be the team to push it to 7.
Yep.
Didn't think the Bucks had much of a chance. Thought the Sixers.
And they didn't. They got blown out. They got blown out. Over.
Sixers had a shot, though.
They did, and they lost by, 3 points?
It was 118, 115, I believe.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid little game. I actually had that on last night, and then I had the Stanley Cup playoff game between the Maple Leafs and the Bruins on. Mara was upstairs. She was doing some homework, and
who won that Bruins game?
The Maple Leafs won the game.
That sounds terrible.
So I fell asleep. I had the game on, and I didn't turn any lights on or anything from the time when it became the sunset. Then it got dark. I just fell asleep at 8:15. Mara comes down at 9:10. She turns the lights on. I'm like, what's going on?
What's going on?
Where am I even at? Went upstairs immediately. I went to bed at 9:15 last night.
How good did that feel?
It was so good.
Yeah, you're up late the night before.
Yeah.
I tried to get to bed. I was probably in bed by 10 last night. I went to get to bed earlier.
That's pretty good.
Well, I got a long weekend. That's the problem. Normally on Friday I have a chance to get a nap in, but today, not looking good. I got XM at 3, and so normally I'm like, can I get a workout, get a little lunch, take 45-minute nap. We've got a lunch at my neighbor's house, a little event kind of wrapped around that, and then I've got a call at 2. It's not looking good on the nap front. And then tomorrow we've got the championship track meet for Cullen. He's got a lacrosse tournament. McLean has a lacrosse tournament.
Where's the track meet at?
It's at DeSales.
Okay. You want to pop over for a couple of beverages? You can. I'm right by there.
Well, I got to head from there. Problem is down to the Fortress at Obetz for his lacrosse tournament. So not close.
Opposite end of town.
But not more opposite than my wife having to go then pick up Caleb and take him to his soccer game. I think that's here. No, that's at he's playing at Dari Fields, which is up in Dublin, which is kind of convenient because I thought McLean's lacrosse was at Jerome, which I believe is closer to Dari, but it's at Kaufman. So we've really got all of Central Ohio surrounded.
That's
what we're saying.
Central side, south side, west side.
Yeah.
Nice.
All in one day. And then we got to go back down for a family reunion deal at my parents' house.
That'd be all right.
And no, it's not all right because the day that it was scheduled, my uncle did all this, and basically then it fell on my mom to do it because he lives in Phoenix or lives in Tucson.
Well, you can't plan something from Tucson?
Well, but all the structure, everything. Like my mom's family, she has 6 brothers. 5 of them are still with us, and big family. They're all going to be in town. They're going to go up to my parents' house, and they're having it at an event space, but it's a mile away.
Okay.
It's at the Elks from my parents, so it's all going to end up back there. And
$1.50 bush lights over there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good, but I'm like, my wife's birthday is Monday. We always have a big derby party at our neighbor's house, which they're going to have, and we're just not going to be able to go. So I'm like, why this weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Next weekend would have been great. Minimal sports games. Could have come down on Friday.
Mother's Day next weekend.
Okay. Well, there you go.
That's
I don't know if there's ever a good weekend. But
no, there's not.
It would have been better than this. Mother's Day, you know what? It would have still been better than this. The Saturday would have been more opened up. So, yeah, unfortunately, dealing with that being not the greatest situation that we've got to. So, yeah, I'm pretty busy. But we've got the Derby coming up.
Yeah. You're a big horse guy.
Yeah, why not?
I told a fun fact about me. I'm terrified of horses. I like watching them race. I think it's fun.
What are you
I like them from a
for?
distance.
You
Up
heard
close
Andie.
and personal, they're horrifying.
So you'd be a horse who'd be on the outside. You wouldn't like getting in there with the mud in your face and surrounded by other horse bodies?
Correct.
So you talked about a filly winning it. Shark, I'll ask both of you. Do you know who and when the last filly was to win the Kentucky Derby?
I do not. I know it's been a while. There's only been 3 in the history of the Derby.
I thought it was recently.
Has it been?
In the last 10 years.
No, I'm going to say it's a negative Ghost Rider on the last 10.
Right.
It may seem like that to you because you're older, Shark.
I don't know the name of that filly.
You want to guess a year?
2005.
Well, it wasn't in the last 10, so I'll say 2008.
I love that you said it was recently, Shark. It was Winning Colors in 1988.
Oh, ooh,
yeah.
That's almost 40 years ago.
Yes. So, she ran in the gray with the white blaze on her face. Good-looking horse. Fantastic. So, yes, 1988, last filly to win. Last Triple Crown winner, Beam.
That was just a few years ago. What was the name of the horse that did it?
Come on, Shark. Dig on through.
Oh,
There's been 2 in the last 10 years. After going 40 without one.
They were 2 years apart, right?
3.
War Admiral?
No.
War Admiral. War Admiral was back in the 30s.
American American something.
Well, you're close.
Royal American?
No, American.
It's
It's combined with the Egyptian shark.
American.
Royal Egypt.
American.
Cairo Eagle.
Pyramid.
No.
American.
Oh, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
But that wasn't the last. That
American
was
Pharaoh?
American Pharaoh was 2015. These were both Bob Baffert horses, by the way.
He's not going to be there this weekend.
He's not. He's going to be in the box with AJ, I think. What was the 2018 horse? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Gosh.
What was it?
Go ahead.
Rich Strike?
No, Justify.
Justify.
Yes. So, so Justify. And so you were talking, do you know what the fastest time ever? Did I ask you this yesterday, Sean?
Yeah, it's like a 159.7, isn't it?
0.4.
0.4.
0.6, I think.
0.4. 159.4.
Okay, you're correct, Shark. I'll give you that.
Say it with confidence.
Oh, well, I mean, it's like, who's got the most rushing yards in history? That's an easy one.
Okay, but who, and that horse was what, Beam?
War Admiral.
No, Beam.
Secretariat.
Yes. All right, so here's what's interesting.
So who was the jockey?
Seabiscuit. Toby Maguire.
Steve Coffin.
Toby Maguire.
Hey, man, my horse racing knowledge is very low. I like it. It's cool. I watch it 3 times a year, unless there's an extra 4th where we go down to Keeneland. That's it for me. I like the pomp and circumstance, but I'm not getting into the weeds on the horse racing.
Do you know who the Grand Marshal was for last year?
Jack Harlow.
No.
Oh, man. That was a couple of years ago.
3 years ago.
That was when he got lifted because he didn't want to get his Versace boots dirty, and he had 2 dudes lift him up over the track.
Last year's was Martha Stewart.
Oh, I love Martha.
How about that?
Her and Snoop Dogg, good friends.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, what do you know what the longest odds ever were?
Well, Rich Strike was 80-1 a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I feel
before
like
that it was significantly longer.
Really? Like 100-1?
91-1 in 1913 by Donna Rail.
Okay.
So we've got that. But here's what's interesting, Shark. So, like I was saying, and I talked to AJ about this a little bit. So in 1973 was when Secretariat won. Fastest time ever. The only time to ever crack, the only time to ever crack 2 minutes. Northern Dancer hit 2 minutes on the nose. Not Private Dancer, Shark. That was a place you used to go.
What about Tiny Dancer?
Across from the Lennox. Tiny Dancer, also another great place. Great song. Northern Dancer hit 2 minutes in 1964. But since then, no one has hit 2 minutes or broken it on the nose. I mean, you have 202, and this is regardless of track, whether it's sloppy, heavy, whatever. So if you look, Usain Bolt has the world record for the 100 meters.
And the 2, doesn't he?
He might. We're just going to do one race.
Okay.
By the way, Monday, Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mark, and that was in 54, and who knows what they're running now, like 350s or 3.5 minutes, I guess, or something like that.
Not 3.5, but it is like
340.
340s.
Yeah. And so I think that's come down 20 seconds. Now, obviously, that's a mile, and that's humans. So I like the 100 meters better. So Usain Bolt ran a 9.572. Okay, I guess if you adjust for wind and everything else, you're getting a 9.58. Okay, 9.58. He broke that. He owned that. That is his world record. That was in 2009. So you go back and look at something that was around the 70s, like Ben Johnson, who was the chemically enhanced fastest man of all time. Remember that, Shark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He broke the record.
Like an 88.
88.
That was like the dirtiest race of all time,
Yes.
right? And that Olympic final.
Yes. And then afterward, he ran a 9.79. Carl Lewis ran a 9.92. Then after, so the world record then reverted back to him after that. Carl Lewis had a 9.93. But if you go back to, let's say, 1968, which is fairly comparable, 73 with Secretariat, people were running a 9.95. So you're telling me over the course of about the same period in history, you're able to drop like almost 0.4 a second in 100 meters, and nobody has run faster in horse racing since 1973.
Well, the interesting part of that, too, they had to train Secretariat different than they're training these horses now.
I thought Bob Baffert was giving these horses all kinds of steroids.
The clear or the cream?
Exactly, both. But last year, apparently, someone with steroids peed in the hay of his horse or whatever, and that's how he
ate the tainted meat like the Tour de France racers. Yeah.
He ate the tainted hay.
I took Grandpa's medicine.
Yeah, peed like 80 gallons of steroid and fest. I go, who was this guy? This, the 120-pound Latino dude that's working the stalls who, peed 8 gallons of anabolic urine onto the deal? Like, is that what is on the hay? Is that what we're looking at here? Come on, man.
That is shocking that no other, it has never been done.
You're talking 50 years. Like, Roger Bannister, that was in 54, but, you're telling me you can drop 20 seconds off the 100 or off the mile, and we're dropping 4/10 off the 100 in the fastest horse race when we're supposed to be pumping these things full of steroids?
Swimming records get broke like every Olympics. Too.
Hey, put more steroids in the horses. Let them go. Let's see how they can ride. AJ goes, what were these jockeys, 100 and 200 pounds? He's like, was I riding these horses? How is this
Jokic
possible? He goes,
there?
What's what he said back in the day? He goes, what were the jockeys were they lighter? Did they have hollow bones? I mean, just trying to figure this out. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't. We just had a marathoner go, 2 hours?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
He basically sprinting a 4.5 minute mile for 26 miles.
Exactly. And you're telling me that the fastest horse ever ran was 50 years ago? 50 why? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
Maybe it'll be broken tomorrow.
I thought we had better training, better steroids, better food. I don't know. Makes zero sense to me. I thought they breed the heck out of these things.
And the prices have gone nothing but up either.
They're breeding these horses. They put tiger blood into them now and cheetahs and all kinds of stuff.
I thought that was a question that Caleb asked you.
Exactly.
How do we crossbreed them?
Can you put tiger blood into your body?
Well, you can.
Kill you, but
you'll probably not have a very good time after that.
I don't think I'll turn into a tiger. This isn't the island of Dr. Moreau over here.
The Pittsburgh Steelers doing what with Justin Fields? That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Friday to you. Right now, as you're heading out, no crashes that we're currently watching across your Central Ohio interstates. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Glow Fiber. Glow Fiber Business is now in Ohio. With prepackaged and customized fully fiber optic business internet solutions, call 1-833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today.
Meet Cheryl. Hey, she's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe here with your daily reminder to get on Tropic Time. Take 10. Sip a refreshing smoothie and manifest that you're a cabana side. Slade hot yoga? Treat yourself. Crushed back-to-back meetings? Get that me time. Adulted a little extra today? You deserve a vacay. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Self-care alert, new Tropic Bowls are here. Try one of our 4 flavors like our new acai bowl. Your vacay is a Tropic Bowl away.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply.
Hi, this is Ron Frost with Ohio Mulch, and here's to Ohio Mulch celebrating 40 years of making the community a greener and more beautiful place, one garden at a time. Don't miss out on the opportunities to elevate your outdoor space and to be part of a journey towards the next 40 successful years. Check out our promotions online at ohiomulch.com.
Ohio Mulch Landscape Supply. Cleaner, greener, better.
Safe Auto Insurance is now Direct Auto Insurance. What's the difference? Basically, the name. Direct Auto offers savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, just like you're used to, which means you never have to make trade-offs when it comes to paying for car insurance. So don't even think about carpooling to work with Talkative Ted. It's time to stop compromising and keep driving with Direct Auto. Get a free quote at directauto.com or call 1-877-GO-DIRECT. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
With spring ball behind us, we're officially gearing up for the most anticipated football season ever. Excited, nervous, terrified to your very core? Think of us as your emotional safe space. Always your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing.
Call 1-800-COOLING.
Tyler from Wendy's here. The best part of Wendy's Cinnabon Pull-Apart is every part, especially if you get it with a small coffee or soft drink for just $5. Get to Wendy's for a Cinnabon Pull-Apart today.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary. Cinnabon is a registered trademark of Cinnabon Franchisor SPT, LLC.
Join your Franklin County Auditor's Office this Saturday for Shred Hunger, a free document shredding and e-recycling event. Documents and electronics will be safely recycled free of charge. The Auditor's Office is also encouraging donations of non-perishable foods and household items to benefit local charities. Shred Hunger, sponsored by the Ohio EPA, will be held Saturday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Brobst Park in Canal, Winchester. For more information, call Franklin County Auditor Michael Stenziano at 614-525-HOME. That's 614-525-4663.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Demaro.
Ohio's public schools take care of much more than students' academic needs. Our public school educators are standing together to make sure everyone has the mental, emotional, nutritional, and physical supports they need to succeed too. Together, we will achieve our vision of the great public schools Ohio's students deserve.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are dry for now, but showers roll in this afternoon. Most of those arrive after lunchtime, and they'll be spotty through the evening hours. Temperatures stay on the rise. Back in the 60s this morning with highs this afternoon in the upper 70s. And meteorologist Madison Reich with your Top 10 forecast on the Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Well, Friday edition of the program, Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. Got a tweet. Said Secretary was the genetic freak of all genetic freaks. Circumstances of the race dictate the pace and the tactics, and there are big races after, so no trainer's going to gut a horse, or I guess I'm guessing put a horse in the Derby to break a speed record that isn't very important. Oh, we're trying to make some history here.
But okay, and I get all those things, but you're telling me over 50 years, you haven't had anybody get it done?
Just accidentally have a fast race?
Just the advancement. You go look at the 40 times in the NFL Combine from the 70s. 4.5, you're a fast wide receiver. That no one's running 4.4 now. Everybody's running 4.4.
D linemen are running like 4.6.
Yes, that's it. So like that. That argument doesn't substantiate. I understand the race and dictating this and that, but also let's not act like all these races the horse is just like jogging through the finish line. If you're within half a body length, you're pouring it on down the backstretch. Yeah, and I get that, and like the track conditions matter and all that.
That's probably the biggest.
100%, it's the biggest, but. Yeah. They give you the track conditions. When it's rainy, I'm not expecting it to happen. But when you have a
firm and fast
track, like that should be the case where people are starting to get a little faster and starting to roll here. And it hasn't really happened. There's never been any consistent movement forward.
It's like the post time tomorrow, like 6:57 or something like that. I think it's usually like around 7 o'clock.
Is that what time? I have no idea.
I think it is 6:57.
Also, interesting note that I was looking through here. So are you familiar with Derby and Farms Beam out west in Galloway?
Okay.
Yeah, Shark knows about him.
Yeah, Dan Galbraith.
Yeah, so Dan Galbraith, it's the Galbraith Equine Center over at Ohio State.
It's out in Galloway?
Yeah, it's like an event center now. They have like spaces. One of my wife's friends got married out there. They have a house. It's the Galbraith family, like their estate or whatever. But you can rent it out now. It's not an active farm, but it used to be a horse farm. But they had 2 Derby winners. Back in 63, back in 63 and 67.
The place looks pretty sweet.
And didn't the Galbraiths, did they own the Pirates too at one point?
Yep, sure did.
Own the Pirates too at one point, Beam. So but they had 2 Derby winners back in the 60s.
There was a great rumor.
Well, Derby Dan's awesome. I'm surprised you hadn't been out there, Beam.
No. Discover 1,500 acres of nature's beauty at Derby Dam
It's
Farm.
like tucked in right outside of 270.
It looks pretty awesome. Was that Big Derby Creek right over there too?
Well, hence the Derby beam.
Yeah. Oh, you're right about that. Duh. there was a great rumor, and
Actually, the Little Miami beam.
Was that the Scioto running that far west? There was a great rumor while growing up in Dayton that there was this horse farm out in Bellbrook that looked very nice, but nobody knew anything like about the horse farm. And there was a great rumor there, like that was like one of the best like training places in the Midwest for horses. And they had a couple like Derby winners through there. And again, that's a great myth, I'm sure. And that could be something that my stepdad just told me to be like, oh, we're going to kill 5 minutes in the car when we pass this. But there was a nice big like horse farm out there that again was rumored. And again, this might be my stepdad messing with me, which is probably the case now that I'm actually thinking about it out loud.
I don't know about that. I mean, most of them, you talk about Kentucky and everything else. I mean, Ohio, southern, western Ohio, it's not far from that. There's a lot of farms here. To say that, like, there was a Derby winner that came out of there wouldn't be crazy. I want to say that...
they've run 149 of them, so...
That Rich Strike, I want to say that the part of the ownership group, there was people from Ohio.
Well, and that was a crazy story, too, a couple of years ago, because Rich Strike was 80-1 and, like, went up to, like, 90-1, I think, like, after, like, right before the race had begun. And he wasn't even originally supposed to run in that. Mm-hmm. And then they were going to have to, like, sell their farm and just all kinds of crazy stuff. And then he ended up having the ride of his life. I was watching that video the other day. I mean, came from way behind in the field. And you can actually see the moment in time when the horse went from like regular running pace into fifth gear and then into sixth gear, which I think is pretty incredible.
Here's the other thing I want to tell somebody, whoever gave us that nonsense about this horse situation.
I'm just trying to help.
Well, they're trying to explain something to me that doesn't make sense. Their explanation, like, you're not pushing it. Okay, I get it. If you're up by 3 length, you got a 3-length lead, like, you're not going to sit there and gas your horse down because you want to make sure that they're ready to go. Obviously, you've got Preakness and Belmont and everything coming up after trying to get a Triple Crown. You don't want to obviously injure the horse. But human beings have got that much faster due to just randomized breeding. Now, these horses, they take the fastest and biggest horses and breed them together. And they've been doing so for the last 1,000 years. And you're telling me that we somehow peaked out at genetic potential for horses, and they're still doing this?
What happened to Secretariat's bloodline?
That's what I'm saying. When they start looking at this, I was looking at Rich Strike, and they're like, oh, the Calmet farm in Kentucky fold in this. His dad was his dam, Goldstrike, was Canadian champion, whatever, was sired by Kenai. He's best known for defeating American Pharoah in the Traveler's Stakes.
Well, that's pretty good.
They go through, like, their genealogy as if this is some sort of, like, king's lineage.
It is king's lineage,
and
basically.
And you're telling me that they've been breeding together the biggest and fastest horses for the last 50 years, and we somehow haven't gotten a horse that's a super horse? How has that not been the case?
We did. His name was Secretariat.
Okay. 50 years ago, all right? We've got all kinds of medical advancements and Dyson DNA. You can tell them what type of kids you want to have and everything else.
Putting tiger blood into your...
And you're telling me that when they breed these horses together that we haven't somehow... One of them hasn't been like, well, okay, now there's a horse faster than Secretariat.
Out of the millions of horses that have been...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
They've gone to the glue factory over this thing. That's where they end up. I mean, let's be real.
There are kids listening to this program.
Or in a hamburger. Either way.
Don't.
It's blended right in.
What does that taste like, you think?
Hey, there was a thing coming. You remember when we were younger? I think it was before Bean was probably born. Where I think McDonald's, there was a thing where they caught them like blending kangaroo meat in or something.
What are you talking about?
I'm almost positive.
In Australia or in the United States?
I think it was in the United States.
They're not readily available for the meat factory here.
Maybe they said that there was some horse being blended in at some point in time. Horse could have slipped in. No one would have known. I mean,
I would understand like if they're blending it with like pig parts.
I'm almost.
But the kangaroo.
I think that there was an issue with that.
No, there's
a little expensive.
That's a lie. There's no way. Blending McDonald's hamburgers with kangaroo meat. That's a myth. 1,000%.
I'm telling you. Believe me, dude. I remember this stuff.
That's a wise tale.
Unwrapping the theory. Dude, I mean, this is so great. Has anyone ever made kangaroo meatballs? I think there's been stories.
The McRib is made with the kangaroo meat, and that was proven to be false, Bob.
Are we sure about that?
Well, it depends. That comes from Reader's Digest.
Hold on, kangaroo meat in... Let me see about this. This is from blogger.com, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's a really trustworthy site.
Hey, if it's on the internet, it's true, right?
You're right about that.
No, Jack in the Box was blended in kangaroo meat. But I swear, there's been accusations.
It's not cost prohibitive for them to do it.
Well, I don't know about that. There's a lot of kangaroos, Beam.
That's true.
A lot of extra horses floating around.
Austin Ward is going to predict everything that's going to happen with the Buckeyes over the next 6 weeks.
Get him a kangaroo burger.
And we'll talk kangaroos with him next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Friday. Right now, no crashes to let you know about across your central Ohio interstates. We are seeing busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side, also on 70 in the downtown area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by ER Auto Care. We are masters of our craft.
Being without a car can cause chaos in our family's busy lives. That's why we trust ER Auto Care to keep our family moving. Repairs are done right each and every time, and our vehicle is usually back in a day. Free rideshare and loaner cars make drop-off and pickup a breeze. ER Auto Care. They truly are masters of their craft.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
This is the sound of a well-tuned air conditioner ready for summer. This is the sound of an air conditioner that was not tuned up by Apex Pros.
Excuse me, I represent the Don't Make Stuff Up on the Radio Association.
I'm kind of doing something here.
That sound of a not tuned up air conditioner?
Oh, you mean this?
You made that up.
Well, it's a dramatization. See, most air conditioner troubles can be prevented with a simple tune-up before summer by Apex Pros. The pros who knows.
And that.
The pros who knows.
You can't say sentences like that.
Hey, look, it's just our cute way of saying
that cute bear. Does a bear tune up my AC?
What? No, it's people. I mean, a person, a guy, maybe a gal.
Making stuff up.
An Apex tune-up helps your AC last longer, lowers your energy bills, and prevents this.
You did it again.
Man, you're a real hothead. Sit under this air conditioning.
What air conditioning? I don't hear any...
See? Schedule a tune-up at apexpros.com.
Hi, it's Alex, the friendly Apex Bear. No doubt about it, Columbus loves Apex Pros. apexpros.com.
We go to war for you. At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we don't back down. Accident? Call us today at 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Results matter because we go to war for you. warforyou.com. Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there is no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995 and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the 3rd time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sportsbook bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Here's Long here. We're Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark. And at this time, every single Friday, we get to check in with this gentleman.
He knows everything about the Buckeyes. He's been offered tens of dollars by a certain team to spill his secrets. He's told that certain team to go to hell.
Damn you all to hell!
He's Austin Ward.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. More life, more energy.
And now it's the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline check with our good friend. He is Austin Ward. Hey, Ward Sports, happy Friday, buddy. Would you be more interested in a McDonald's hamburger that involves actual cow meat, the beef, or kangaroo meat?
Would I be more interested?
Yeah.
I'm definitely more intrigued by the kangaroo meat.
Bob was just telling the story how he had some grand memory of back in the day where McDonald's was flagged by like the USDA for or whatever the food association is that governs that that they were including kangaroo meat. And my thought was like immediately like that's not cost effective for them. There's no way that they would possibly do that.
It does seem more challenging to import, I don't know, I assume.
Well, they were importing Australian beef for a while. There was beef that was coming from overseas, but I mean, I haven't found any information to substantiate my claim. But that's neither here nor there, Austin. I mean, I think, well, because the conversation got started where, you know, some of these horses at the end of their lifespan may end up sliding into a burger here and there every once in a while.
That's a difficult realization that I think horses have to go through. They're either going to be eaten or turned into glue, and that's a lot of pressure to live your life the right way.
Yeah, you don't want to be scared to be great, you know, at the end of your life, Austin, for sure. Speaking of that, what is the point spread today, or I guess I should say the stroke spread today between you and Jackets insider Jeff Sabota when we tee it up a little bit later this afternoon?
I don't know. I haven't played with Jeff in a long time. We, even when he's been part of the Marysville Marathon, I don't know if I've actually ever been partnered up with him in that event. So I leave that up to him. I just am excited to have this weather turn around and get out there on a Friday, and I haven't sometimes, other than like talking to him on a couple morning juices when I'm filling in for Bob or texting him to try and get tickets to Jackets games for free. I haven't seen him a lot recently because he's one of the busiest jet setters in the world. So I don't know what the number will be. I'm just looking forward to some lovely fellowship and maybe some beverages.
Hey, how salty or surly has Berm been? You know, and I know we'll get into this on Monday, Austin, where he took that 7 on the transfer portal and took the over. It was 3 late push. We know Berm tried to lure as many guys to the portal as he could, but could only get 3 guys in there. But the fact that there were only 6, how surly has he been? And was that surprising to you to see that number the way it was?
On Tuesday around, 3 o'clock, and it felt like everything was winding down, we heard, there might be 1 or 2 more guys that not of consequence, just going into the portal and moving on. And I think Berm got a little excited by that possibility. He has fully embraced the world. I think we all have that. Like the top 75% of your roster, you have to maintain, and then bottom 25% could be churned every year. And that's pretty much what happened to Ohio State, to include the winter transfer portal and the 6 additional guys that went in by the deadline in the spring period on Tuesday night. So I think he was pulling for it a little bit because you've been needling him pretty hard about that over under. But he also he's not going to lure them to leave. He wants people to make the best decisions for themselves and have the opportunity to fulfill their dreams. And if that's at Ohio State, that's where he wants them to be. But I think he looked at, and we all did really, you look at this way that the spring transfer portal period was navigated by the Buckeyes, that has to be a success. I don't think there's nobody of consequence outside of maybe Dallin Hayden, who would have been Ohio State's third running back, that was going to play a significant role for this national title contender. Like they kept everything intact, including at quarterback, where I think basically nobody in the college football world thought they would be able to keep all five of those guys, with bags being offered and NIL opportunities, and you're never going to get to play there, or you're going to have to wait 2 years to do so. All those people trying to get in their ear and get those quarterbacks to leave, and that didn't happen. I think that's a pretty big deal. And Ohio State didn't lose any starters or even backups that they were going to count on in this cycle.
He is Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Surprise level 1 to 10 that no quarterback transferred out this window, Austin.
I'd throw it right in the middle at 5, because I got this sense midway through spring camp that none of these guys wanted to leave, and that they all, when you look at it collectively, you're like, well, there's no way that Ohio State can keep all 5. But then when you zoom back in and think about the individual stakes and the individual decisions for each of these guys, they had really compelling cases and reasons to stay, and that they did not need to leave. And so it did help, I think, that got to know all three of the top 3 guys there. Will Howard, Devin Brown, and Lincoln Kienholz all came in and did the Buck 9 interview segment with us at the Fairway Columbus this spring, and also had the chance just off camera to talk to them about their careers and their decisions and things like that. And it's for Lincoln Kienholz, he still has not been on Ohio State's campus for a full year. He's the one that I think everyone assumed, well, if Iowa and Wisconsin are getting involved or trying to lure him into the portal, surely he must take that, because he could go there and have an easier path to playing time. Well, he spent all of spring at Ohio State learning that playbook. He's only had one winner with Mickey Marotti. He's got an opportunity to learn from Chip Kelly and Ryan Day instead of whoever. We had to look up Iowa's quarterbacks coach the other day just for a gag about who would you rather learn from, this guy or Chip Kelly. And it was I've never even heard of this person. So, that all plays into this as well. He didn't think that he had to start in his second year at Ohio State. Devin Brown has burned the boats, is not afraid to compete.
Yep.
I think everyone knows that it's likely to be Will Howard as the starting quarterback. That doesn't preclude Devin Brown from continuing to compete and push just the way he did in spring. And he would be one play away from having to go in there and take over the reins for a national title contender. And then you have Julian Sayin and Aaron Noland, who are true freshmen who've only been through 15 practices. I don't think any of them signed with the Buckeyes expecting that they must start immediately. So you go through all that, and it makes more sense for them to have stayed in the spring than to have bolted and started over and not had the opportunity to learn teammates, system, where to go for classes, any of that stuff on short notice, and then try and compete in August. So I'm in the middle just because of the era of college football that we're in. But in terms of the thing that balances out for me is that these guys had really good reasons to stay.
All right, before we get you out of here, what are you doing Saturday, June 1st, and why are you deciding to take a weekend trip down to Pachuca, Mexico?
I was, let's see, on Wednesday at about 12:15, I was certainly looking at the best way to get there and the cheapest way to get there, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of those options.
No, there's not. I looked too.
Maybe
you could probably dead leg. Hey, Austin, have you looked dead legging back one of the coyotes that you could hop in there? In one of their empty containers.
Well, that's why it took so long to do the research, Bob. There were so many options, but none of them were all that appealing. That one was cheaper, the one you're talking about, but it was also much
They've got it's a fully plumbed back of a semi-truck. You got buckets back there, maybe or maybe not water to drink, but at least you can relieve yourself in a sweat box over the course of like a day or two.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't a very appealing option, Bob. I'm just saying it required a lot more time investment, and that's what I really didn't think was going to work out as well. I'm not saying I ruled it out because of discomfort at all. I don't think, Beamer, that at this point in life it'll be as easy for me to pull that off as it would have been 10 years ago when we moved here. That was a clinic from the crew on Wednesday night, and they were the better team in both legs. And I think Stu Holden is still trying to wrap his mind around that because he felt like the crew had no chance, and they were really hyping up the history that was being made. Mm-hmm. If you watch the first leg and you watch the way they played on Wednesday night, there was no question which team deserved to win in advance.
It was death by 1,000 paper cuts in the second half, and I couldn't get enough of it. Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great day. Enjoy hitting the links with Jeffy, and we'll check in again next week, all right?
Sounds great. See you, boys.
There goes Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline.
Hey, rarely, Beam, do people get juiced up about replacing your home's windows. I mean, you're spending money and you feel like, do you really get something out of it? Well, you do it because your energy bills suck and maybe your current windows are messed up. But here's the thing. If you're working with your local Pella Columbus team, like I have, your eyes are going to be open. The new windows, they're going to make your house look fantastic. They'll change the entire look of your home, and they're going to save you money on the energy bills. They've got windows and colors and styles like you're not going to find in many other places, and they can change the look and feel of your home. So go check them out at their new storeroom in Polaris or on PellaColumbus.com.
We're going to get juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and a happy Friday to you. Right now, we do not have any crashes that we are tracking across your major roadways. Seeing busy traffic on I-70 coming in from the west side, also on I-71 coming in from the south side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Ohio, ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Ohioans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. Depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know all of this? Let's listen to the facts and beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health at beatthestigma.org.
Attention all shoppers, get ready for unbelievable savings at Midwest Vapors. Our shelves are packed with incredible deals and our clearance section is overflowing. From premium cigars to disposables, Midwest Vapors has slashed prices across the board. Don't miss out. Swing by Midwest Vapors today and stock up on your favorites at an incredible price. Midwest Vapors, where quality meets affordability. Visit Midwest Vapors today at 2344 Stringtown Road in Grove City or online at MidwestVaporsOhio.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
The standing room only, with all eyes on the 18th green.
There was some speed to this.
The sudden roars.
Gauged it just right.
That Sunday celebration.
From Oslo to Ohio, Victor Hovland is the champion.
It's better live. Join us at the Memorial Tournament presented by Workday, June 3rd through 9th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. It's that one very special day each year that you can show your mom just how much she means to you and how much you appreciate all she's done for you. How about beautiful, colorful flowering gifts from Oakland Nursery? Hanging baskets exploding with flowers, hand-potted roses in more colors than you could name, and beautiful annuals for a spectacular garden. All that color, beauty, and love starts at Oakland. Mother Nature's beauty is one of the few things in life worthy of your mom. Happy Mother's Day from Oakland Nursery.
It's child's play to donate your car, truck, RV, or boat to Ronald McDonald House Charities of Central Ohio. They'll pick it up free of charge, steer you through the paperwork, and a hefty tax deduction rolls your way as you help provide a home away from home for families of seriously ill, hospitalized children. For more information about donating your vehicle to Ronald McDonald House Charities, visit rmhc-centralohio.org or call 614-CARS-HELP. That's 614-CARS-HELP.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are cloudy with showers moving in later today. Some of those get started, especially for areas to the northwest, as early as 10 o'clock this morning. Everyone else, we see that rain move in this afternoon. Temperatures right now sitting in the 60s. Highs today, much more comfortable than yesterday, sitting in the upper 70s. Columbus, you're going to top out right at 79 degrees. I'm meteorologist Madison Reich with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We are on the Juice brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity, whole healthy leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can always visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Well, a nice little Friday on track here. It's supposed to rain this weekend, but I know that you got a busy one on tap, buddy. What's got you fired up heading into what is the first weekend here in the month of May?
So today, May 3rd, it is Jersey Day for Upper Arlington Youth Football, and so everybody's wearing their jerseys. The school game is always a big deal. I was kind of in charge of coordinating a lot of it. Now, I won't be able to be there this morning before school. They have donuts and some different things at all the different elementaries. And I was just texting my wife to make sure my kids have theirs on because I don't think that they did as I was checking in. So making sure we've got that going. Shark, we've got a little cut here from Michael Caine.
The Kipling poem is one of my favorites. My father read it to me once. To me as a little boy, it summed up what a man should be. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. Or watch the things you gave your life for broken and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at the beginning and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are done, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
So that was an unbelievable reading by Michael Caine. He's
the best.
Still alive. You may know him as Alfred out of The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Batman series. 91 years young this year. And that is out of Rudyard Kipling's poem If, and that's part of it. I heard that the other night, and I thought it was very, very impactful. So we wanted to share that with everybody. It's got me juiced up and fired up on this Friday. Got a big weekend here of sports, which is going to be great. It's going to rain the next 3 days, Beam.
No, it's not. Don't
you put that evil on me, Bobby. I can't feel my legs.
No, it's not going to do that.
Well, hopefully it doesn't. We could use a little rain. I wouldn't be upset if we got a day, half a day.
Tonight. Let's have tonight.
The overnight rain is really the rain that you're looking for.
It's definitely going to rain. I'm looking at the radar right now.
Yeah, it's coming for us. it's honing in with that. So that's got me juiced. Oh, and also coming up, Beam, I'm going to give you an update on the meat substitution scandal of the 80s.
God.
And I've got substantiated and documented evidence now.
Yeah. www.creedthoughts.blog/gov.
So, if there's a gov in there, it makes it legit.
Yeah, you're right.
So we'll get an update on that. That's got me juiced up as well. Shark.
Yeah.
What Schlegg's got to say?
I'm the world's fastest dumper. Yeah, I feel great. I wouldn't have been out 3 series like Lamar was. Poop David Copperfield. There we go.
Mm-hmm. One of his great all-time performances.
Poop David Copperfield. I was really juiced this morning that we had. Now I can't remember her name.
Andie Biancone.
Andie Biancone.
You're welcome.
On our show this morning.
You liked her so much. You liked her so much that you forgot her name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I liked when she said, "Come on, it's the
Kentucky frickin' Derby."
Anyway, if you didn't hear that, well, then
check out the pod.
Check out the pod,
A lot of
Shark.
places you can go.
That's
to hear
right.
My favorite baseball team announced yesterday that CC Sabathia will become the 48th member of the Cleveland Guardians Hall of Fame.
Good. I thought they were bringing him back to bolster their rotation.
No, Bob, he's a little too old for that now, but CC won 17 games as a rookie back in 2001 for the Tribe. He was the Cy Young Award winner in 2007. 3 All-Star appearances for Cleveland, and he's got a lifetime record in Cleveland of 106-71. So a pregame ceremony going to be held on August 3rd for his induction. That's really good. And then my mother is
CC Hall of Very Good?
CC Hall of Very Good, yes. Yes, not Hall of Famer. Okay. My mother on Wednesday was coming back from the flower shop, and she stumbled and fell on the sidewalk.
Oh, no.
And the sidewalk caught her face. And so, oh, my gosh, I got pictures of her. She fell right on her nose, and she's got black eyes and scrapes and cuts and all that stuff all over her body, and 86 years old. So my brother took her to the hospital in Ashland, and they transported her to Mansfield in an emergency squad, and they were treating her for a brain bleed. Sounded really bad, but anyway, they determined yesterday that it was just some, not a deep brain bleed, and it had stopped, so they sent her home.
Some acid.
So she's... Oh, my gosh, that woman, she gets dizzy a lot, and she falls a lot, and anyway, she's doing well. I talked to her last night, and she's happy and healthy and home in bed and very, very sore. But that has me juiced. B, what has you juiced?
Yeah, so I was FaceTiming my mom yesterday, and she's on a cruise, my mom is, with my grandma.
Where?
They were in Cozumel yesterday, so they were FaceTiming me from Cozumel, so that was pretty good. So she's down there with my uncle, which is, her oldest brother. And my grandma's going to be 90 here in a couple of weeks. Actually, a couple of weeks from today, on May 17th. She's turning the big 9-0. So they decided, you know what, we're going to go on a cruise. That'll be good. First day on the cruise, Shark, missed a step, boom, fell. And I was FaceTiming. So my aunt is not on it, but I added my aunt to the FaceTime so we could see it. And yeah, just so that she could, talk to my mom and talk to, her mom as well. And so she's in a wheelchair. She's hanging out. She's getting pushed around. Still having the time of her life down there.
Now she can drink without worrying about falling down, though.
Yeah, you're right about that. She doesn't have to walk anywhere. She's just being pushed around. And she's just, her elbow all scraped up, all black and blue. And then her knee is too, with some nice discoloration on there. And I asked her, I said, "Ma'ams, how you doing down there? How you liking Mexico? How you liking the cruise?" She goes, and this is the best. This is why I love her so much. She goes, "Beer just tastes better on vacation." It's like, you are the absolute best. And I love her. And I'm so thrilled that they're able to do that. right now, and super pumped that she's turning 90 here in a couple of weeks. That's got me fired up. Assembled the water table. That's why I missed AJ last night when we decided that we were going to talk to him.
Did he like it?
He did like it, man. And we had him in his, he was like fully dressed. And I realized, I'm like, well, that was a stupid idea because he was just soaking. No, he was just soaking wet, and so he was having a good time with it. And then we came inside.
Substitute that for bath time.
Yeah, we did. We didn't even give him a bath last night. We're like, yeah, you bird bath yourself. And then after that, like we were taking him in, we got him ready for bed, and then I noticed Theo was still outside, and what is he doing? Just drinking right out of the water table. I'm like, good. It doubles as a hydration station too. So knocking two birds out with one stone. The great meat debate of the 20th century rages on. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic
Hey
Center.
there, and a happy Friday to you. Right now, we do not have any crashes that we are tracking across your major roadways. Seeing busy traffic on I-70 coming in from the west side, also on I-71 coming in from the south side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by ER Auto Care. We are masters of our craft.
Hey there, friends. Bo here. You planning that summer vacation? Skip the long lines in the crowded cities. Get away in an RV from my friends at RCD RV. Summer nights will soon be calling, and RCD RV is here to take your camping experience to the next level. They provide the best brands, the best service, awesome after-sales support. They are family-owned and operated in Central Ohio for over 50 years. You will feel it the second you walk on one of their lots. Over 650 new and pre-owned RVs in stock. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
Says who and or what? Those are the questions behind every eco guarantee. Other companies might promise same day this, guarantee that, and best in class every other thing. But just ask, says who? Says some announcer guy or cartoon character? You really want to take their word on it? Why not get your guarantees from the founder and owner of the company, me? Then there's or what. Too often, there's no promise make right, or it's a meaningless waived service fee. ECO doesn't even charge service fees, and our or what is always real. Last summer, we gave 277 families a $1,500 discount on their AC system when we missed our same-day deadline. That's a real deal make right. I know, because I had to pay for it. We also delivered same-day replacement service and same-day repair for many hundreds of others, because Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians really will come through for you when you need us to. Says me, or we'll make it right.
At GetEco.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We all have something to get off our chest. Therapy is a safe space to share whatever is weighing you down, so you can get some relief and find a solution. BetterHelp offers professional, affordable online therapy on a flexible schedule. Let it out with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/like today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/like.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. CONCACAF has announced that the Champions Cup final between Pachuca and the Columbus Crew will be played on Saturday, June 1st in Pachuca, Mexico. In baseball, the Guardians ended their 6-game road trip with a 2-4 record. They lost 2 of 3 in Atlanta and 2 of 3 in Houston. Last night, John Singleton homered and had 3 RBIs as the Astros whipped Cleveland 8-2. Jose Altuve added 3 hits for Houston. Will Brennan had 3 hits for Cleveland. The Reds had the night off. 6 of the 8 first-round NBA playoff series have been decided. 2 are still up for grabs. The Cavaliers lead Orlando 3-2, and Dallas leads the Clippers 3-2. Both Game 6s are tonight. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Give yourself a goal of losing 40 pounds by the 4th. It's doable, it's easy, and your summer self will thank you. Awaken180weightloss.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Hour number 3 of the program for us on a Friday, coming up here 8:35. Bob had the chance to check in with AJ last night. He's down at the Oaks today.
Oh, boy.
So that'll be fun. We're all going to get to listen to that together. And then in the 6 o'clock hour, got to check in actually live from the Kentucky Oaks today. Kentucky Derby tomorrow with FanDuel TV analyst and host Andie Biancone. And then Austin Ward joined us in the 7 o'clock hour. And if you missed any of that or you're going to miss AJ and you're not listening via the actual radio, of course, you can stream it for the last hour of the program and all throughout the day. And then if you miss it, anything at all, we're always on the podcast. Just type in Morning Juice to any of your podcasting platforms, hit the subscribe button, and all the shows that we do will magically appear right on your listening device.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Before we get into the great meat debate, the 20th century, 76ers dead, Bucks dead. NBA playoffs last night. Cavs at the Magic tonight, Game 6, elimination game for the Magic. Home court is held through the first 5 games. That is a 7 o'clock start. That game for you, Bob, will be on ESPN. It's nationally televised
I would
game.
hope so. I mean,
not much else going on in the NBA
game tonight, right?
I think the Clippers and the Mavs play tonight too, but that'll be later on for the doubleheader. 2 elimination games tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and a Game 7 tomorrow night in Boston as the Maple Leafs even that series up at 3 games a pop. So that's what we got going on this weekend. And the post time for the Kentucky Derby is at 6:57 or somewhere thereabouts. I also got an email from Brandon. He said this about Secretariat. He said, tell Bob that Secretariat had the largest heart ever seen.
I saw it was twice the size. I've watched. Listen, it was on the ESPN Classic. I used to always watch that.
It's not even twice the size. Like an average thoroughbred heart is 8.5 pounds. This sucker was 22 pounds.
Okay, so you're telling me that one of his offspring didn't get that genetic trait to have that in there?
He said also pair that with the tracks, and I didn't know about this. He said the tracks back then were closer to high school running tracks today, but today's tracks are more like a sand volleyball pit for the horse's safety. So the track was way faster back in the day.
I mean, that's what we're concerned about.
Hey, I'm just giving you.
We're worried about the safeness and softness of the track, but they care about that for the horses, but not the players in the NFL. We'll put them on turf.
They care about horses more in horse racing than they care about.
So someone texted me because of PETA, they won't even give them an aspirin now. I'm like, they're just like people. They get tired. You got to rub them down, do everything else. You're telling me they run on a softer track now? I mean, we've lost our minds. But still, all of those things being true and said. So Secretariat, that's a genetic trait that he had a heart that was twice as large as the other horses.
And a jockey twice as big.
Well, this isn't Seabiscuit.
Oh, okay.
But you're telling me that I'm sure that they probably studied the heck out of him.
Oh, God, yeah.
He went to the milking machine every day, Shark.
How many kids does he have?
That's what they said.
Grandkids, 8 great-grandchildren. That guy's probably got thousands.
They talk, I think the winning team gets like $3 million or something, the purse for the winner. Like, what's a horse get? I'm like, horse gets a lifetime. He gets turned into Robert Baratheon.
He gets a pretty good life at the end.
Gets an apple.
Drink and whore my way to an early grave, Ned. Like
basically.
You basically become Robert Baratheon. That sounds like the greatest thing ever.
Just don't go on any boar hunts.
Exactly. You don't go on boar hunts. They just sit out there. And you're too valuable to go on a boar hunt.
You're right about
they
that.
just feed you. You think they're going to let you get taken down by a coyote? Heck no. If people out there guarding you, turn into Kobe beef. Sounds good. So soft, pliable. That's tremendous. 50 years of breeding. I just don't believe it.
Never had a faster horse.
It's unbelievable. Someone also messaged me. They emailed me and said that the second fastest horse time ever run was by.
I thought you said 2 minutes. 2 minutes on
but
this is.
So those are the winners.
Oh, okay.
So they said the second fastest horse ever to run in the Derby was Sham, the runner-up horse to Secretariat.
Okay.
So apparently that was a tight race. Obviously, if that was the second tightest, and he ran right there. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. That was from emailed in from a listener. But I want to tell you this as we were talking about the propensity of potentially horse meat or kangaroo meat ending up in ground beef. And I told you, it's like, why would it be cheaper to import
It's not
beef?
cost effective for them to get kangaroo meat.
Listen, And so this is an official site. This is the Office of Justice Programs.gov.
Okay, so this is a .gov.
This is a .gov. It has an annotation, an abstract, and then you can read the whole article, date published 1989. The meat substitution scandal of 81, from stains on a white collar, 14 studies in corporate crime or corporate harm, pages 60 to 91.
Sounds like something you'd be studying in your class, or like a crisis communications class.
Basically. And so the annotation, the 1981 discovery that horse meat and kangaroo meat were being substituted for beef and meat exported.
So it's real.
By Australia to the United States and other countries produced widespread changes in Australian law and administration related to commodity exports. The abstract. The events revealed that many deficiencies in industry regulation, including lack of attention to the accuracy of information regarding commodities, lax control of export approval stamps, and the lack of consistent flow of information from regional offices to the headquarters of the Bureau of Animal Health. In addition, the Australian meat industry appeared to be generally tolerant of malpractice and reluctant to report known or suspected cases. Furthermore, the Australian Federal Police devoted little time to the investigation of suspected malpractice.
Well, no dude wants to check anybody else's meat.
Well, that's true, unless you're doing the urinalysis tests in the NFL. Drug testing being, those guys are great meat checkers. It's meat of a different kind, though. However, the scandal resulted in increased testing of products, increased penalties for substitutions, and the establishment of a royal commission to examine the problem, the replacement of the Bureau of Animal Health with a new export inspection service within the Department of Primary Industry and new legislation. The regulatory revisions and depressed economies of the export meat industry had significantly reduced the worst forms of malpractice.
Okay, so it was too expensive for the Australians to raise cattle, so they decided for a little horse and kangaroo.
Well, they had all those damn kangaroos running around. Start grinding them up, put them in there, put some of the old horses in there, and then we'll sell the meat to the Americans.
Shark, let me ask you this question.
This was real.
You were eating burgers in 1981 or there before.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you have a hearkening back that burgers just tasted better back in the day than they do now?
Probably leaner.
No.
They taste better now?
But I'll say this.
Say it, baby.
Countries use what is available to them. So a hamburger at McDonald's in Ohio or in the United States tastes different than a McDonald's hamburger in Canada or in France.
Do they use elk in Canada?
I don't know what they use, but it definitely tastes different.
Well, yeah, it's the meat available, and it's what they feed them. And maybe in some countries it might be better than others. You talk about grass-fed. My parents have cows. And we do. I mean, you can do blends when you take them in. I've got a friend that will blend butcher. You can blend venison in, some deer. Now, it's obviously labeled and it's not for resale. But I remember that being the case. And I remember my grandpa would be like, those damn Aussies just blend in the roadkill. Even inside, they're scraping the kangaroos off the side of the road and throwing them right in a meat grinder beam. He's like, you can't trust anything coming from other countries. I'm like, of course.
I always wanted to buy like a quarter of a cow or like an eighth. I think an eighth would probably be plenty for our family. But I've always wanted. It'd be so. I feel like it would just be so much better.
We go through. Yeah, we get a quarter. We get half for my grandpa.
How long does that last you? Like your family, like a quarter of a cow. Does that last you the whole year?
When you make a pasta dish, like let's say a meat sauce,
like a pound.
Yeah, that's 3 pounds for us, Coach.
Okay,
and that lasts one meal.
Yeah,
no really,
leftovers.
Not really. We do like. Taco night, it's 3 pounds of meat.
Okay.
Chili, 3 pounds. That's kind of it.
We have to think it's just meat. I mean, it's just me and Mare at the point. William's starting to eat a little more. He's actually starting to eat a lot more now.
Yeah, but you just wait. Like my 14-year-old son, dude, that's what my mom always said. It's like a bottomless pit. You come home, you're kind of like a hobbit. You have first breakfast, second breakfast, lunch, first dinner, second dinner.
Yeah.
My mom would just call him. She's like,
what about afternoon tea? You missed that.
What do you guys eat for dinner? She said, it's just feedings.
Oh, 11sies?
We have an 11sies. We just had an after school feeding time. So like you'd come home after like workouts, it'd be like 4:30, 5 o'clock, you'd eat. Yeah. And then come like 7:30, like, what's for dinner? She's like, same thing as you had for after school snack. It's still on the stove. And this became the propensity. I don't mind my food. People get really bent out of shape, like that food's not hot, or it's not really, if it's cold, it's supposed to be cold. I eat a lot of my food. Now I go to a restaurant, I mean, it's one thing, but I eat a lot of food at room temperature.
Yeah.
And my mom heard me talking about this one time and she got offended. I'm like, you always had food available. It was up to us to heat it up. Frankly, I was just too lazy to heat it up. It was like, take the extra step, either turn the stove on or put it in the microwave or whatever we were
just
going to
eat
do.
it right there.
I just shovel it all on the plate.
Attach the feed bag.
I'd come home. I would shower. Shower. Put on some boxer briefs. That would be it. My brother and I would come downstairs, load up the feed bag, and then we'd go sit and watch TV in silence in our underwear, eating food.
Yeah.
My mom would have people come over and be, oh, hey, Lisa, hey, Karen, whoever it is, just say hi. And the people just look, no shirts, just boxer briefs, plate of food, sitting there eating. And I remember coming back with my girlfriend in college, now wife, and I go back and my two youngest brothers are sitting there.
This is weird.
And my mom was like, "Just gonna put any clothes on for court?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You guys just sit like this all the time?" Like, yeah, that 6-7 years ago, that would have been me. So
yes, we do.
It's the same thing. I mean, they're showered, they're clean, and it's like my brother's like, well, I don't want to get any food on my clothes. So, because you're eating so fast, it's just falling all over you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're just eating for nutrients at that point.
You're not worried about really the taste.
That sounds exactly like one of my best friends. So there's 4 brothers, and they're each 2 years apart. 3 of them played football at Indiana. One of them went to Purdue.
That's about what we are.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds exactly the same. And so whenever we would go over there, we would always go over to their house, and their mom's name is Teresa, and we called her Mother Teresa because she was a saint. Bob, all she did all day
make food.
That was it. That was it. She would get back from Sam's Club, and I remember they had 2 refrigerators in their house. And the amount of milk, just the amount of milk.
We would drink 7 gallons of milk a week.
Yeah. I mean, every time she came back from Costco, there would be 7 or 8 gallons of milk that she would have.
So
10 pounds of lunch meat, 15 pounds of ground beef, all kinds of stuff. And she would just, and every time we came over, she's like, Brandon, do you want something? I'm like, yeah, that would be great. So, I mean, but it was just like a neighborhood. She was feeding a neighborhood.
So what was funny about the lunch meat is, people, I went over to my friend's house. I go, how many slices of ham do you want? I go, how many slices? Like, well, how many do you want? And I go, I don't know. I just put it on until it's about a half inch deep. My mom would get give me a half a pound. And I was like, I'll take 3.
Yeah.
Chipped. I'll be back in 15 minutes. 3 turkey, 3 ham.
3 turkey, 3 ham. Maybe some roast beef if it's on special.
Maybe some Swiss and some jalapeno. Or pepper jack cheese, and I'll be back in a half hour.
Yeah.
And that would last 2 days. We would just go in, mow it out,
of course.
Slam it on there. We'd run out of ham, put some turkey on with it. It's whatever was there.
Throw some chips on there if you're feeling exotic.
Put a little mustard, and then you just eat it. And that was your day. Huge glass of milk.
They say you don't know when you're living in the good times, that you're always outside of it. That was it.
Those were the days.
The NCAA, they're paying a whole heck of a lot of money to settle the big NIL lawsuit. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Heading out the door right now. We do not have any crashes to let you know about. We are watching some busy traffic in and out of the Plain City area on 33 and on 161 near New Albany. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Save up to $150 on select sets of 4 Vredestein tires at AAA Car Care Plus. Not a member? Not a problem. Everyone can save up to $150 on Vredestein tires through May 31st at AAA Car Care Plus locations. See store for details.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Spring Sale. Did you know that right now you can save up to 50%?
On bookcases?
Yep.
Office storage?
Yeah.
Ooh, something for the kiddos?
We've got you. Plus, IKEA family members get an extra 10% on select sale items.
Sign me up.
Don't miss out on the big IKEA Spring Sale. Visit your local IKEA store or go to IKEA-USA.com/offers now through 5/7. Offer valid 4/17 to 5/7. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store on IKEA-USA.com for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple of weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Working your way through that honey-do list? More flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Are you hangry for Buckeye baseball? Matt Andrews brings you every Big Ten game on our family of fan networks. 1460 AM, the Fan's HD2, and the Fan app. Your home for Ohio State athletics, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
If you're about to get engaged or ready to walk down the aisle, your true love deserves a true jeweler, the Diamond Seller. As a true jeweler, we not only have designer collections to meet your bridal needs, but we also have talented in-house designers who can create something truly one of a kind. Visit the Diamond Seller today.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Low Fiber Business is now in Ohio, and your business is our priority. Low Fiber delivers reliably fast, custom, and prepackaged internet plans to meet the growing needs of your business. And our dependable 24/7 personal support means your business stays connected. Low Fiber is here, and we mean business. Find out more at 833-WANT-GLOW or visit glowfiberbusiness.com today. Glow Fiber Business is not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are dry for now, but showers roll in this afternoon. Most of those arrive after lunchtime, and they'll be spotty through the evening hours. Temperatures today on the rise. Back in the 60s this morning with highs this afternoon in the upper 70s. And meteorologist Madison Reich with your Top 10 forecast on the Fan.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here in our next segment around 8:35, AJ Hawkey's going to join the program. Bobby had a chance to talk to him last night. It was the witching hour for me. He texted me. My phone was inside. We were out. We were doing the bird bath and the water table. So that was a good time, which also doubles as a hydration station for Theo, which I was super pumped about.
Maybe Billy, too. One day you'll look down, and him and William will be drinking together. Theo and William, just side by side. Like, it's
going to happen.
Have you had, this is probably your first, real summer getting William in the pool, correct?
Yeah, we got him in last year.
And then he's like a noob,
Yeah, when we were down for spring break down in South Carolina, he got in the pool, and he liked that when we were down there. So he was a year at that time. Yeah.
And so one of the things you'll have is they'll start just drinking the water.
Oh, Coach Harry does that in the bathtub.
Lap the water. Exactly, the bathtub water.
I'm like, that's disgusting.
Exactly.
You've been rolling around all day in your own
water to clean yourself.
In your own stuff. You've got food all over the place. You're dirty. Your hands been in the dirt, and you want to drink that water? Okay, whatever. The NCAA's national office might be footing the bill for a settlement expected to be more than $2.7 billion in the landmark House v. NCAA lawsuit and other related antitrust cases in hopes of reshaping and stabilizing the college sports industry, according to multiple sources said yesterday. Sources told ESPN that this week that the parties have proposed the NCAA's national offices, rather than its individual members or schools or conferences, would pay for that settlement of past damages over a period of 10 years' time. The NCAA payments will be paid to former college athletes who say they were illegally prevented from making any money by selling the rights to their name, image, and likeness. The settlement would come with a corresponding commitment from conferences and schools to now share revenue with athletes moving forward. The settlement would establish a framework for power conferences to share revenue with their athletes in the future. Sources have also told ESPN that the schools are anticipating a ceiling of nearly $20 per year for athlete revenue share moving forward. So there's two parts of this that I think are the most important. That one, that the settlement is going to come not to the tune of $4 billion, not to the tune of that, but it's going to come to $2.7 billion. So that's over the course of 10 years. It's $270 million a year that the NCAA is going to have to pay out.
10-figure settlement.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of money that you're talking about. And the other part of this is what we were talking about, I think, earlier in the week, Bob, that the settlement was going on. We were talking, they had their meeting last week, I think, for some college football playoff meetings that they were having down in Dallas. That the other big part in this is that now this is the framework moving forward that schools will be able to directly pay their players and their athletes for NIL.
So it'll be interesting. There's going to be a lot of work that's going to need to be done for the structure of this. We talk all the time. And thanks to the popularity of college football and the massive viewing numbers that come through, there's these huge TV deals, and you have these palaces that are built and water walls and everything else. And instead of because none of the money can get to the players, and now up to $20 million can get there if this all goes through. And I imagine that it will be approved.
And it'll be close to this. Like they're not done with the settlement yet, but it'll be something like this.
Well, there's still got to be framework that's worked out around the outside of okay, we're going to do this. Now there's going to be some restrictions. There'll be contracts with it. And everything else, and I don't know, like I said, if it's not really a union, but maybe some sort of labor organization that they'll be dealing with in order to figure out, okay, this is how guys are going to get paid, and is it a uniform number? Is it different for different players? Each school,
different for different sports.
Schools, yeah, different schools, and that's I don't understand. I'm going to be curious to see how they try to parcel this out among all the sports because Ohio State's got 36 varsity sports, and there's changes that are going to be coming and different things about how some of those sports operate, across the country because of that TV deal. I mean, the overwhelming lion's share of it is
$90 million a year.
Most of that's derived from the football properties. Yeah. Men's basketball and now women's basketball at certain places has really risen as we saw the Caitlin Clark phenomenon, and we'll see if that continues without her and how that looks. But there is an appetite for it, and so it is increasing as well. But how these dollars are going to be parceled out will be very, very interesting moving forward, and then what the constraints will be around how you get it and how that looks.
So Steve Berman, is the co-lead counsel for the plaintiffs, told ESPN.
Brother of Chris.
In the House case,
maybe.
Yes, correct. Or nephew, maybe cousin. So the difference maker, after more than a decade of legal battles, chipping away at the NCAA's rules, that this is going to be the main difference maker, and there's no putting the genie in the bottle after this. I thought it was a really, really good line that he used.
If you want to be with me, baby, there's a price to pay.
That's exactly.
I'm a genie in a bottle.
I think
you
that's
gotta
what
rub me the right way.
I think that was
it. Is that in the brief? Perfect.
It's actually, that was right after this statement. He said, our leverage is a big cannonball rolling down a hill and picking up speed.
That's so
the
great.
longer they wait, the more they're going to have to pay. It's that simple. They've got stuff on paper. It's not just lawyers, commissioners, meetings, and having a social cocktail. This snowball is moving downhill, and the horizon on this is about a month. That was a different guy who had the statement.
One snowball, one cannonball, either way.
Whatever it is, it's the NCAA is right in the path of the snowball or the cannonball.
They see it. They understand what's going to be happening. And this is the fact that it took this long, Beam, to get here and this much heartache. We lost a historic conference while this was all shaking out because of the failure and inability to kind of work through this. It's crazy town, but it's going to be raining a little bit this weekend. Do not fret, because pool season is almost here, And that means it's time to go see my folks over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in the testosterone hormone replacement therapy game. They're just not here to optimize your T levels. They're here for weight loss as well. That's right. Affinity, they can help you lose weight and alleviate the symptoms that come with low T. Affinity, they offer semaglutide injections for weight loss in addition to testosterone treatments, so you can just blend those bad boys together, say goodbye to low energy, low libido, and hello to weight loss and muscle gain. That sounds great. You can go shirtless on Bourbon Street, feel great about it, just like me, Beam. It gets you every time, doesn't it? You laugh.
I like that.
You know
what?
Who doesn't want to go shirtless this summer? Sun's out, guns out, shirts off. Sun's up, buns up. Either way, it's all good. So go check him out at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
AJ, he's heading down to the Oaks today. Bobby had a chance to talk to him last night. I haven't heard it. Shark hasn't heard it. We all haven't heard it. We're going to listen to it next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're not tracking any crashes across your major interstates. Seeing busy traffic on 161 in and out of New Albany and on 33 westbound on the southeast side. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Earn a $200 cash bonus at BMI Federal Credit Union when you open a new free checking account. Visit bmifcu.org/free for more details.
Sick of being upsold at gyms?
My guy, you're currently a base member? For $90 more, I can upgrade you to our Shred membership. For $130 more, you'll be a Swole member. And for just $300 more, you'll reach Sweat Platinum.
At Planet Fitness, you'll get energy without the upsell. Never pushy, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. It's fitness that fits your budget. Join Planet Fitness for just $1 down and $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th. See Home Club for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You probably heard me talk about Dr. Mark Levy's custom-fit oral appliances to help treat sleep apnea and how they are so much better than using those bulky, uncomfortable CPAP machines. Well, I've been talking about it for years, and the FDA just recently announced a recall of over 18 million CPAP masks. Yikes! These CPAP masks, the ones with magnetic headgear clips, can potentially interfere with certain medical devices. Pacemakers, implantable defibrillators, neurostimulators, aneurysm clips. And if that happens, that can cause injuries not only to yourself if you use these masks, but also your partner as well. Sleep apnea is no joke, and as I've been saying, it affects everyone in the home. So if you've been diagnosed with sleep apnea and you can't tolerate your CPAP machine anymore, or, just flat out worried it could possibly do harm to you, that sort of thing, call Dr. Mark Levy today for your custom oral appliance at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's right. Dr. Mark Levy, 1-800-MORE-SLEEP, or book an appointment online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Are you worried your air conditioner might give up on you during the hot summer? Join Custom Air's maintenance plan for peace of mind. Our semi-annual HVAC wellness check ensures your system runs smoothly, saving you from unexpected hassles and costs. Don't wait for breakdowns. Be proactive. Go to customairco.com or call us at 614-552-HVAC to schedule your AC maintenance service. Custom solutions, custom comfort, custom air.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Safe Auto Insurance is now Direct Auto Insurance. What's the difference? Basically, the name. Direct Auto offers savings of up to 25% on state minimum coverage, just like you're used to, which means you never have to make trade-offs when it comes to paying for car insurance. So don't even think about carpooling to work with Talkative Ted. It's time to stop compromising and keep driving with Direct Auto. Get a free quote at directauto.com or call 1-877-GO-DIRECT. Savings vary, terms apply. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here for my friends at RCD RV. And when you want to get away, there is no better solution than hitting the open roads in an RV. Brings me back to my youth out west, under the stars, fresh mountain air. That could all be yours, and your journey starts at RCD RV. RCD has RVs to meet every budget with new campers as low as $13,995, and Ohio's best selection of pre-owned travel trailers, fifth-wheelers, motorhomes. 3 locations to serve you in Central Ohio or online anytime at rcdrv.com.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. We all have something to get off our chest. Therapy is a safe space to share whatever is weighing you down, so you can get some relief and find a solution. BetterHelp offers professional, affordable online therapy on a flexible schedule. Let it out with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/like today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/like.
Hey, are you having a hard time dealing with high-interest credit card debt? It's normal, and a SoFi personal loan could help you save thousands by consolidating your DEBT to one low fixed monthly payment. You could get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign, with no fees required. It only takes 60 seconds to view your rate, and it won't affect your credit score. View your rate at SoFi.com/paid off. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/paid off. NMLS 696891.
The Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Miss a minute of the show?
Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Type in Morning Juice and subscribe.
This is Morning Juice.
Before we check in with AJ, the NBA playoffs have already tipped off, but it's not too late to get on the action with FanDuel. That's because right now, new customers, you're going to get not one, not two, but $300 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's right, 300 smackaroos for you to use on same-game parlays, live bet, championship futures. You can take the Cavs tonight, go against Shark. He's rolling with the home court every time. He's taking the Magic. He's going with the points in that one. There's really no better place to get in on all the playoff action than America's #1 sportsbook, Bob.
Absolutely. Just go to FanDuel.com/juice to get started. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Oh, and Beam, it's also the only sportsbook you can bet the Derby as well tomorrow. So stay locked in. Must be 21 older and present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issue is now drawable bonus bets. They expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Godspeed for us on this.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
All right, now we're going to welcome in our guy, A.J. Hawk, into the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. AJ, on your way down to the Oaks, you've been doing this now for a number of years. We got any great tales from what's going on down there in Louisville?
Man, that's a good question. I've probably been doing this for, maybe 7, 8, 10 years now. I think we've missed a few years in between, but it's a real good, people talk about people watching, and I think the Derby is definitely one of those good people watching situations where people from all over come up and get dressed up in ridiculous outfits and go sit there at the track for 8, 9 hours at a time and gamble on different horse races of things that nobody knows anything about. And I wouldn't say I don't claim to act like I know anything, but I know a lot of people study the book and they have these magazines and they're acting like they know which horses run well on this track and all this stuff.
Hey, you've been to a lot of donkey shows. You're telling me you don't know a lot about horses?
I do not, Bob. Surprisingly, I really do not know too much about it, but people actually all claim that they know what they're talking about. But it's fun to look around and see who's there. There's always like Kid Rock is bouncing around sometimes. Boys to Men dudes are out there cruising around, usually in the same area. So we'll see who's there this year, but it's always fun.
So were you there the year they carried Jack Harlow over the track because of the mud in his white Gucci shoes or whatever?
Yeah, I believe he filmed a music video that day from the track too. So yeah, Jack Harlow is like a Louisville, legend. So yeah, I'm sure he'll be there again. But yeah, there's always seems to be rain in the forecast. So I always prepare to get pretty muddy.
So it's muddy. Let's talk about outfits down there. So you go down. The Oaks is Friday, which I think for people that don't know, like that's a hidden gem. That's one of the great things about the Derby that no one knows about. What's the Oaks like on Friday? Because that's something that really the average human, AJ, doesn't really get a window into.
Yeah, so I knew nothing about the Kentucky Derby until the first time I went. And all of a sudden I hear, hey, Friday morning, we're leaving at 8:30 in the morning to head over to the track. And I was like, there's races on Friday? I barely even knew what the Oaks were. And I realized there's races starting at like 9:30 going till 7 p.m. on Friday. That's what the Oaks are. All those races. And the final race is like the main Oaks race where it's like prelims to the big Kentucky Derby race, I guess. And then all day Saturday, there's races all the way up until the actual Derby race. So there's a ton of races, and I spent a lot of time there. I didn't realize the first year I got there, I'm like, oh, boy, I got to strap in for a 10, 11-hour day here at the track. I got to figure out what I'm doing. So now I kind of understand what's going on. But the Oaks Day's fun. People dress up a little different. They always I don't know, there's always themes. People wear pink or more brighter color on Friday. And it's cool. It's a little more laid back on Friday, I would say, before Saturday and the Derby hits. But yeah, it's a very unique environment that they always seem to weird things happen. There's just different things going on, a lot of different people there. And it's just, who knows what's going to happen this year.
So, I mean, a lot of weird things. I mean, you a big hat guy? What are we talking about weirdness? I know that there's a lot of crazy things that ensue, and you're a guy like you's probably just stuck right there like the pivot man, the Lucky Pierre in the middle. What all's going on?
Yeah, well, no, I think the hat thing is more of a lot of the ladies wear hats. They wear the big fascinators, I think they call it. Some guys wear hats too. I haven't really gotten into the hat game there, but there's some wild outfits. People do all kinds of stuff, and I've stopped wearing a tie there. I don't want to wear a tie for 10, 11 straight hours. So I don't wear a tie there. Usually wear a jacket and some pants. I don't know. I really putting outfits together for this thing. So I don't put too much into it, but I try a decent amount. And, luckily I get to see some people that I don't get to see that often. Some of them once a year, some of my old teammates from Green Bay, some guys that played at Green Bay after my time. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Oh, yeah. You and Aaron, you're going to go out there and do some calisthenics. I know Aaron's still rehabbing that Achilles, and you guys are both big fans of Danger Russ, and he's a guy that says you always got to be moving, you got to be active, you got to be activating. So will you guys be doing some high knees, some calisthenics out there before the race, or maybe even in between?
Probably in between, I'll tell you the truth. They'll have one race, and then sometimes there's 45 minutes before the next race. So that's where I'm thinking, yeah, we'll really get his Achilles moving, get him running up and down like Russ did the high knees on the plane over to London or whatever. I'm sure Aaron will be all over the place. Yeah, it should be fun to see what he's doing. I think his Achilles feels pretty good. It sounds like he's taking part in the off-season workouts and everything with the Jets. So I can't wait to see what it looks like. I'll probably put him through the paces, make him run some sprints on a hill or something. Yeah. Really check that thing out.
You guys going to check out Bob Baffert out there and his sweet hair, maybe get a little juice from him?
If he's still around, remember he got suspended because he said his horse, he claimed some guy peed in some hay and his horse ate the hay, and that's what made his horse test positive. That was, I guess, what was going on a couple years ago. I don't even know if Bob Baffert's around anymore.
Yeah, I think they said there's drama. He's got I don't know if it's a lifetime ban or suspension. So this opens up a broader conversation, because I was doing some research this week, the Kentucky Derby. I'm not a big horse guy, AJ. I know a lot of people think you are. Some guys in the locker room said you resemble a horse, somebody in hung. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but I was looking at the history of it. And so obviously they've been running the Kentucky Derby since the early, I think 1880s. 1896, they went to 1.25 miles, which is what it is now. So you obviously had this huge sample size. If I were to ask you what year the fastest Derby horse ran, and you can just give me a series of years, when do you think it was?
Ooh, good question. I'd say between maybe the late 80s, were they not testing these horses for steroids? So we just juiced them up with everything we had, like the juiced era in baseball.
So you would think that's when Ben Johnson in, I believe, 1987, 88, 1988 ran the fastest 100 meters ever, set the world record, 9.79, and he found out that he had to vacate it because he was on steroids. Okay, so they reset it back to Carl Lewis's 9.92. All right, the fastest horse, and believe me, the track matters, whether it's wet and different things, but a lot of time it's been dry mostly. You compare dry track to dry track. The fastest horse to ever run the Kentucky Derby was Secretariat in 1973 with a time of 1:59.4. And there's only been one other to even hit 2 minutes even, Northern Dancer, which hit that in 1964. Since then, no one's even cracked 2:01 really. And so I tried to compare that against human beings. So if you look back in 73 and you try to compare like what the 100-meter time was for a human being, like you're talking about like 9.9. And now, to put it in perspective, Usain Bolt ran a 9.58. And so can you tell me, we're giving these horses steroids and everything else allegedly, how have they not gotten any faster in the last 50 years?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me because you're right. Like now you turn on the NFL Combine and it's like every year now you have a million guys running 4.4s and 4.3s, which you didn't used to always see that. So you would think these horses would be way faster now. Were the jockeys like 30 pounds back then? Like what were we doing? I don't understand what we could be doing. Where Secretariat ran the fastest one, which I should have known that, but I assumed the horses every year keep getting faster and faster. I'm gonna look into that. Might affect some of my betting for the races, Bob.
I know you're a huge bettor. That struck me as crazy when I saw that. I could not honestly believe it because I thought for sure, I'm like, well, they're juicing these horses just like people. They keep getting faster and faster and faster. And in reality, like obviously there's some years where it's wet, but they showed the track and like whether it's wet, it's fat, it's sloppy, it's fast. And like even in fast years, you're talking like 2:01. And so it's absolutely crazy the fact that they're sitting right there. So you go down here, you've been doing this every year with Aaron. You know, we're taping this on Thursday night because you're going to be at the Oaks, obviously, on Friday. Did you wish Pat a happy birthday? Like, did we have any celebrations or festivities for our guy Pat McAfee celebrating his 37th birthday?
I did, yeah. I wished him happy birthday the night before his birthday. And then actually today on the show, the boys kind of surprised him. And his wife came in with his little daughter who turns 1 in 2 days from now and brought him a cake and did all of that. But, yeah, I did not send, like, the West Virginia alumni band to his door or anything like he did. And like you helped facilitate a couple years ago for me.
Well, you know, AJ, I'm a great fluffer. Like, if there's anything I can do, you know, I can help push the issue. I was just happy to be a part of that. I was hoping that you maybe got him a great gift, kind of like what Schlegs and I got for you, a nice little phallic-shaped like decanter or something like that, or maybe a Shocker-style golf glove to go with your penis butter.
Well, everyone's not some of the best gift givers there are, and Courtney obviously as well. I know she helped with the golf glove, but I haven't yet. But there's always time. Like I'm kind of when I get gifts, it's usually like it could be throughout the year. It doesn't always happen to have to be on someone's birthday. If I see something, hey, okay, that looks like something Bobby would like, boom, I might get it and then wait some time and give it to you, or maybe just send it to you right away. So we'll see. Maybe I'll find something down at the Derby. I don't know.
Well, AJ, there's people that love to give and there's people that love to receive. And I've always heard that you love to receive a little more than give. So I appreciate the time, man, for being that guy, the pivot man for us today, trying to work us in. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate it.
No problem, Bob. Thanks for having me.
There he goes. AJ Hawk, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
Hey, I think what you take away from there is AJ's much more a receiver than a giver.
Hey, the gift that always keeps on giving, at least for him. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We're watching one small issue on I-70 eastbound just beyond Wilson Road that has the left shoulder blocked over on the west side. Other than that, your roadway's looking clear. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Bo Bishop here for my friends at High Bank Distillery Co., located right here in Columbus, the home of the best blended whiskey in America, now 3 years running. Support local. Grab a bottle at your local liquor store, including their new ready-to-drink cocktail, Midnight Manhattan. High Bank's twist on a classic Manhattan. Handcrafted with award-winning whiskey war, port wine, and bitters, it's the perfect nightcap. Just pour and enjoy. And I encourage you to learn more about their Whiskey War line and other spirits at highbankdistillery.com. Drink the best, forget the rest with High Bank Distillery.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. Truehold.com.
Every shot, every goal, ESPN Bet has fans covered for the biggest moments on the road to the championship. The exclusive sportsbook of ESPN is the only place to find special offers and promotions from your favorite ESPN shows and personalities throughout the playoffs. New users can get a bet reset up to $1,000 in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The Fan is your home for NBA playoff action. Catch every game of the conference finals and NBA finals on The Fan and ESPN Columbus. How does one listen to such magical things? On the Fan app, silly. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. Do it.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for over 30,000 mouth-watering. Fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Join your Franklin County Auditor's Office this Saturday for Shred Hunger, a free document shredding and e-recycling event. Documents and electronics will be safely recycled free of charge. The Auditor's Office is also encouraging donations of non-perishable foods and household items to benefit local charities. Shred Hunger, sponsored by the Ohio EPA, will be held Saturday, May 4th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Brobst Park in Canal, Winchester. For more information, call Franklin County Auditor Michael Stenziano at 614-525-HOME. That's 614-525-4663.
Hi, this is ESPN's Mike Greenberg, and ESPN Bet is ready to take you through all the biggest sports moments this spring. The official sports book of ESPN has exclusive offers and markets from Scott Van Pelt, Stephen A. Smith, and me. From the playoff intensity to finally getting out to the ballpark, there's no better time for sports fans. Sign up today, and new users get $100 in bonus bets for making any sports book bet. Download ESPN Bet today. What a play.
Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Something amazing is happening in education. Students are inspired and engaged. That's because school districts consulted with CDW, who designed modern classroom solutions with pre-configured HP devices, making learning more accessible, secure, and immersive. Now when students study topics like elephants, it feels like elephants are there with them. HP and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/HPPSG.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Skies are cloudy with showers moving in later today. Some of those get started, especially for areas to the northwest, as early as 10 o'clock this morning. Everyone else, we see that rain move in this afternoon. Temperatures right now sitting in the 60s. Highs today, much more comfortable than yesterday, sitting in the upper 70s. Columbus, you're going to top out right at 79 degrees. A meteorologist, Madison Reich, with your Doppler 10 forecast on The Fan.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Wrapping things up here. Friday edition of the program. Brandon B, Bobby Carpenter, Mark the Shark, and we here on the Juice are brought to you by our good friends over at Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. You can visit them on the line at feelgreatcolumbus.com. So I didn't have a chance to talk to AJ last night. You did that. We were outside hanging out. My phone was inside. Missed the text totally during the dinner hour. It sounded like, and I said this to you earlier in the week when I was watching the Pat McAfee show. I'm like, did AJ get new teeth? Like they look very straight. They look very shiny. It's kind of a line out of Shawshank Redemption. Like how often does another man notice another man's shoes? This case, teeth. He kind of had something going. He kind of had something going on there with his S's.
Yeah, I didn't really notice it last night. Maybe it's because I had a cocktail or two, or I'm not sure. But yeah, when we played it back today, I definitely noticed it, and I'm gonna have to have that conversation with him. I mean, Beam noticed how pretty your mouth was, AJ. Did we get any work done there?
That's true. I did. That's a question for him next week.
You know, you feel like you're developing a speech impediment.
It was unbelievable.
Well, there's a lot of things going on. It's a very interesting conversation that we had.
As always. I mean, we always learn something new with him every week.
Well, it's so much fun and drama. That's what you love, Beam.
Oh, for sure it is. Uncle Bo and the boys are going to be up next after we're done. Talking about a Game 6 for the Cavs coming up tonight. Again, that is at ESPN 7 o'clock start. They'll talk about the NCAA settlement that we talked to. College football going to the super conferences. Timmy May, he's going to join them at 10:33. They'll be digressed by the great one. And then Doug Maurice Kings of the North college football podcast, the revered college football podcast, as Jerry Emick likes to say, coming up at 11:33 with them. So they're going to have a fun time today. I hope Uncle Bo tells the Derby story about doing the box and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That's all. I like that story from Uncle Bo. I think it's pretty good. I wasn't getting out of my silo much yesterday, but I saw that Uncle Bo had some sort of a snake at his house.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing looked pretty terrifying.
Should have.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves snakes. I'm trying to think. I was listening to Roth Dog, and I can't remember what he was getting into yesterday. So I think he was back. Yeah, he was talking about, his interview with Jack, because he took Wednesday off. It was Maddie and Tyvis in his interview with Jack. And Maddie's like, was it better than the last one where he was in boxers eating a bowl of cereal?
That's an unbelievable story.
It's one of the best.
Because they're down in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Like they're down in Florida where he's just living at, and he's just the dude living his life. It's like you and your brothers just eating in front of the TV. Like that's his house. That's what he was doing.
When I have an interview, I'm not going to let it interrupt my day. Like we can talk. It's all good. But it's not going to change what I'm doing. I had a plan to eat a bowl of cereal in my boxers today, and that's
you
what's
guys want to do that in the middle of me taking bites, then feel free.
Yeah.
It's not going to derail my day.
It's awesome. Old Jack.
Oh, man. You got a crazy busy weekend coming up here.
I do.
Family reunion tomorrow.
Yeah, sports all morning. I'm going to try to maybe drive my Jeep back to my brother. I'll put my winch on and get the lights set in the
hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow because it's supposed to rain all weekend.
Oh, yeah, but I've got a top.
That's right. You put the top on.
Got a new top.
Yeah.
Got the windows fitted on, so I would have to assemble it, put everything together, but I can do that now, so I may do it. I haven't had the windows or doors or anything on that thing in probably 2 or 3 years. So, yeah, maybe I'll do that. I think I'm going to drive it down. I need to get my brother's help. I just need to get the winch box off the floor of my garage is the bigger thing.
Got to get it out of the way.
It's been sitting there for so long, and Courtney went to move it one time. She's like, I'm like, yeah, this thing weighs like 70 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a steel cable that can pull like that tree over. What'd you think? It was like 5 pounds? A box of packing peanuts?
It's made of light plastic. It's fine.
Yeah.
Carbon fiber. Not really.
No.
I don't know what I'm getting into this weekend, man. We got a pretty quiet one. And then the next weekend's crazy because it's Mother's Day. And then a couple of weeks away, it's going to be crazy because it's going to be my grandma's birthday. So we got a lot of stuff
First
going on
Mother's
here.
Day for...
Second Mother's Day for
First
me.
one is like a little active human, though. Like last year, you just kind of lay in there.
I asked William the other day, I'm like, hey, what are you getting your mom for Mother's Day? He just went, brah.
Exactly.
So, well, that's not a really good gift idea.
Hopefully some sleep. Give her a nap.
Give her a nap or get Dad up in the morning to have him help out.
Oh, yeah. That'll be good for you, babe.
Yeah, it'll be good, man. I like hanging out with him. He's pretty cool. I think we'll keep him. I don't know what the return policy is.
You guys back to you go back to Dayton for Mother's Day? Or you stay
yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. It's a weird thing, right? Like,
because you want to. By Meredith.
Yeah, you want to go back for like your mom's, and both of our moms will be in Dayton that weekend. But it's also Meredith's Mother's Day, so it's like, well, what does she want to do? Like, does she want the house to herself? But I'm sure that her mom wants to see her. So then just becomes.
Be nice when she to leave all day.
Yeah,
man.
that's fine. Actually, I'll keep William. You and Theo just get out of the house. You guys just leave. And the power rankings of pains in her side, it is either me or Theo, 1A, 1B, and then William is usually at 2.
There you go.
He's usually in that case, which is so funny that I think like Mother's Day is so different than Father's Day. It's just like, hey, what do you want to do on Father's Day today? I don't care. I don't know.
I want to sit here by myself in silence.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. I'll call my dad, see what's going on. Hey, Dad, happy Father's Day. I call my stepdad. Hey, Jer, happy Father's Day. That's it. Like that's what I want to do. And it's my birthday too this year.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah,
that's a big one, Beam.
Yeah, it should be fun. Before we get out of here today, our daily fan poll sponsored by ER Auto Care, masters of our craft. Today's fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. What are you most looking forward to watching this weekend? Derby, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, Major League Baseball. It's the Derby for me for sure. I mean, you can watch the NBA playoffs for the last 2 weeks. You can watch them for the next, month and a half. NHL playoffs too. I'll watch the Cavs tonight. Yeah, I'll have them on, but I'll maybe dip into a little bit of that Leafs Bruins game tomorrow, the elimination game. But all my attention as post time is 6:57 for the Derby. We'll be down the Kentucky Derby for sure. Bob, I had so much fun this week. What do you say we reconvene on Monday if they allow us? You good with that?
I'm game.
Everybody have a great weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We are back live on Monday morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we're watching one small incident clear over on the west side. This is on I-70 eastbound. Just beyond Wilson Road, there is a crash that has the left shoulder slightly blocked off. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a Fan Action Update.
This action update's brought to you by Tipico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Can the Cavs close the door on the Magic tonight? It's Game 6 of the series. Home team has won each of the first 5. Tonight, the Cavs are on the road and a 3.5-point underdog. Orlando is minus 170 on the Tipico money line. The Cavs are plus 145 to end the series tonight with a win. For your Tipico action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
Heart Royal Flush Tour 2024. May 15th, Schottenstein Center. A journey through the hits and timeless classics. The iconic band returns with special guest Cheap Trick. Tickets on sale now at heart-music.com. Don't miss 2 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. Heart with Cheap Trick live.
I just wanted to share how much my mom means to me. She works hard every day to make sure my siblings and I are happy and healthy. She never takes any time for herself and always puts us first. That's why I think she deserves a gift card to Kenneth's Salon and Day Spa. She deserves a day to be pampered because she's always taking care of us. She deserves a day to be treated like a queen.
Celebrate your mom with a gift card from Kenneth's. For every $100 spent on gift cards, you'll get another $10 bonus card redeemable in June, July, or August. Get yours at kenneths.com or visit any Kenneth's location.
Attention all shoppers, get ready for unbelievable savings at Midwest Vapors. Our shelves are packed with incredible deals and our clearance section is overflowing. From premium cigars to disposables, Midwest Vapors has slashed prices across the board. Don't miss out. Swing by Midwest Vapors today and stock up on your favorites at an incredible price. Midwest Vapors, where quality meets affordability. Visit Midwest Vapors today at 2344 Stringtown Road in Grove City or online at MidwestVaporsOhio.com.
Evan Cohen here from Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for True Green. Are you ready to elevate your lawn game without breaking the bank? True Green has been the trusted choice for over 2 million homeowners for over 50 years. Visit TrueGreen.com and discover the easiest and affordable way to achieve a pro-level lawn guaranteed. Plus, enjoy True Green's verified price matching, ensuring you get the best lawn for the best price. Visit TrueGreen.com and transform your lawn effortlessly. That's TrueGreen.com. Your dream lawn is just around the corner. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. So what ends up happening is you do a few push-ups and sit-ups in your room, run around the block, or just skip it entirely. Lame. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover there's a fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and power your buys and tries the right way or de-stress with some cardio. The choice is yours. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at LQ.com.